Razor Beyond, all you be on this track.
Yeah. Check this out, y'all. I got a dislike just that quick, just like that. And before I play my baby mama Tara's anthem, I gotta give love already to the dislike. Shout out to you, because without a dislike, it wouldn't go nowhere. So hopefully with the dislike, it'll never go to you again, and it'll go somewhere else in the algorithm. But shout out to you for this.
You fucking income fucking poop.
All right, let's get it started. Yeah.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama, almost y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the Romans, innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to stay my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this.
It's my baby mama.
I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. That's what they do. They steal your Lexus, your Scrapmobile. They steal your shine, they'll steal your clothes off your back. They steal anything to make you suffer. And yes, they do setups too. But let's continue.
All stand, please. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The solemn court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. You may be seated up in this motherfucker. Shout out to the Baby Mama Terrace, Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. You know, the high value deadbeat, you know, the nigga boss daddy, boss daddy and shit. You already know the nigga off the couch, the dumb nigga off Cottage Grove and anything else that's quote unquote negative to make me look bad, even though I already admit to being look bad. So yes, shout out to y'all for checking in. We're gonna talk a good dialogue. Again, it's about the brother whose 10-year-old daughter, disrespected him, the tone, the attitude, had you thinking it was a baby mama terrorist, But like I told y'all to know your enemy, because even though the little girl was doing what she was doing, a lot of people still try to say, well, he must not have been in the picture. Well, maybe it's something he did. Maybe he's a part-time father. Maybe he never was in the picture and he's just trying to come back. Fuck about the little girl being disrespectful. And you have a lot of these baby mama terrorists and high horses. What I mean by in high horse, somebody that got a blue check mark, somebody that got a notoriety, somebody that's supposed to be one of these queens, these black queens. I went on, what's his name? Y'all saw it yesterday. When I went on D.L. Hughley, when he took the page off that dude Savoy who clipped the video and kept my part out and put it like he made the shit and put up on his page. He took it up on his page. Amanda Seales said most fathers, but then next to it, put in parentheses as parents, like trying to say both, nah, you said it right, you said it, fathers, you know, usually cause this havoc with their daughters that don't do nothing for their daughters and shit like this, and this motherfucker don't even have no kids. Then you have the comedian Earthquake, who just did a video a year ago with DJ Vlad and said that his baby mama Terrence was mad because he paid off his child support early, talking about it was fucking up her livelihood. Ain't nobody asked for no backstory and shit like that when he did the shit, but he want to kiss Amanda Seals' ass and say he need to see a backstory. I agree with her. See, that's what I'm saying. You know how they usually do. You know.
Here I come to save the day.
That's why I say know your enemy. And what we're gonna talk about is Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go did his own thesis on what he thought about this video, and I want y'all to definitely check this out. I'm gonna give my thoughts, and you're gonna give your thoughts too as well. And you can't make this shit up. But we're gonna go on his Instagram and look at a lot of the comments that was told. And what you're gonna see is quite a few people say, hey man, I like what you talk, but this one I can't go with. I ain't buying this one. No, It's something that's going on with this little girl. It's somebody in that house is programming that little girl. Oh, fuck all that. They don't give a fuck about the little girl being programmed. They don't give a fuck about if she's been manipulated by some baby mama terrorist. They don't give a fuck about that. This dude should put it online. This dude should record it because they say, and even this brother said, Mr. Let Go, he said that she has the right to say she don't want to talk. Now, I don't know what kid that y'all got at your house to tell you at 10 and 9 years old that they don't want to talk or they don't want to do this and they want to do that. And y'all say, okay, and get up and just walk out the door and say whatever you say, fam, and do that shit. And then that's it. Nah, in my house, ain't no 10-year-old gonna tell me that you ain't gonna talk to me or you ain't gonna do something that I tell you to do. And I'm supposed to say, yeah, okay, well, I'll come back later when you're ready. See, the problem is a lot of people want to be friends and want to give kids way more right than they do. A 10-year-old. I want to talk. But I will say this. If it was the other way around and she was saying this to the mother, motherfucker be going out there hollering Black Lives Matter all over again. If it was a motherfucking woman. If it was the other way around, they'll be having a motherfucking riot out there right now. How dare you talk back to your queen? Yeah.
All stand, please.
Yeah, all that shit. All these buzzers be pushed and shit because they really hyped up to go to war. How dare you talk back to your mother Earth? How dare you talk back to your mama? She had you in your stomach, in her stomach for 9 fucking months. Now, that nigga over there, okay, I get him. Fuck him. You know, he ain't important because he a deadbeat anyway. But everybody, I will say, a lot of people, men and women, was saying this ain't right. This ain't cool. But this brother over here said he's a bad parent. And we're going to see why he says he's a bad parent. And we're going to dissect this shit. We're going to see if he's telling the truth. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is he a simp enforcer? Is he just trying to get notoriety again? Is he trying to, rest hate for these women that he got supporting his page? Because he is a life coach. He's a life coach. He coached a lot of women, mostly women, men too, but mostly women. So that's what I'm saying. And we're going to definitely talk about this shit. And he probably ain't going to like it, but you know how it is. I'm just here to talk about the truth. And I already know.
You can't handle the truth.
And I don't give a fuck what the fuck you think. So anybody got issue and a disagreement with that, link will be in here. You could come on here and state your case. But the funny part about it, they say they don't know the full story, but then y'all say he ain't shit. So if you don't know the full story, then how he's a piece of shit? I'm a dumb nigga off cottage, but y'all tell me so I can understand. See, I got receipts where his baby mama Terrence manipulated this little girl since she was 3 years old. It was a video he sent to me some years ago. I did not know it was him. I had to go back on my Instagram like, damn, he did see me this. Well, the little girl said that I believe I'm gonna play it, but either she said that mama told me not to like your family, or she said that mama don't like your family and I'm not to talk to him. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But it's cool. I got another dislike, and that's cool. I hope I max out on the dislikes today because y'all bitch ass niggas will be triggered. You definitely gonna have an issue today, and I understand, but the jig is up, and motherfuckers gonna call it out because
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
yes, and also for the second dislike, I appreciate it to the fullest, and I got something especially new for you.
Fuck your thoughts.
Yes, fuck your thoughts. Shout out to Reverend X for that. So I appreciate it to the fullest. But before we get started, you know how I usually do. One, we got 70 up in here. We got 42 likes. Let's definitely get the likes up. And I will say, even though I got the dislike before I even start the motherfucker, I want to give a shout out to Please One for the $5 Cash App. He did it as soon as the shit started. So I appreciate you, my brother, to the fullest. And this is why I tell y'all, we got to keep doing what we're doing, because the majority is not going to side with truth. They're not going to side with what I do. They want you to have a muzzle in your mouth and keep your mouth shut. They want you to keep it the way it is. They don't want you to dissect. They don't want you to see for yourself. They don't want to see stats and proof and stuff like that. They want you to still be misguided and let the blind continue to lead the blind. That's what they want you to do. They don't want no dumb nigga off a couch, a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove to tell you what it is and let you see for yourself, change the laws of your mind. No, they want you to follow what they say. These so-called high-figure motherfuckers, these so-called entertainers that all of a sudden want to be activists and shit, but all they do is use that bullshit to get their attention and more money, more shine, and notoriety, get more bitches on the run the back of them and get paid. That's what it's about. They will sell out. That's why I tell you, they're not gonna talk about child support and alienation shit like this, because they don't want to lose their fan base, which is more majority of feminist ass, no life to ass women. These are baby mama terrorists who spend more money. We saw how women spend the most in money, especially the black queens. They spend way more on the black man. We more smart with our money. They'll buy. They won't keep the money in the communities, but they'll spend it out there in the white folks neighborhood. The same white folks neighborhood they said they're systematic racism and they hate, they go against, but with a white woman's hair crown on their head, but they support us. Okay. Know your enemy. Know your enemy. So what we finna do right now, before I put the shit up, I'm gonna see who's up in the chat. Everybody coming in, let's please get them likes up. You even get the dislikes up. Doesn't make a difference to me. Just do something. It's free. That's one thing that's free. And for those who support me like y'all always do, please support me hard today, because there's gonna be some triggered and mad motherfuckers today. And they're gonna continue to be mad and triggered motherfuckers. Cash App's right there on the bottom left. Y'all know the super chat, however you see fit. You know, niggas cannot be choosy. Deadbeats cannot be choosy, especially a high value deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? But let's get this thing started. Let's see who up in here. We got Tim Howard the fifth up in the building. We got Mr. Griggs from Ohio. We got Raven Knight up in the building. We got MPI from the Dirty Dirty. We got Mr. Scorpio King. We got DJ Pleasure from Chicago. Met up with him earlier, man. Good brother. Definitely gonna do some shit behind the scenes. We got Dexter up in here. We got D-Dub. We got Mr. Hall up in here. We got Emmanuel up in the building. We got my boy Lawrence up from California. What's going on, Lawrence? We got No One Cares up in here. We got Sergeant Tyson. He said they stole my car. Man, ain't that a bitch? Hope you get your car back, or better yet, I hope the insurance give you 100% reimbursement off that motherfucker. Damn. Shout out to Sergeant Tyson for he's all the way from New York, man. You can't make this shit up. We got Antisocial from the UK. We got E Senior up in here. We got Simply a Diva from Texas. We got Brandon Sutton all the way in Seattle. Actually, he's not in Seattle, but y'all know the part of Washington he's up in. We got my boy Ryan Evans up in here. We got the Bell 5,000 up in the building. Sergeant Tyson with a $2 donation. He said donation to the couch and the Grandma Baby Mama Terrace. Yes, shout out to the Grandma Baby Mama Terrace piece of shit ass and my couch. Appreciate you, my brother. We got Peaceful Pulley up in here. We also got my boy Flyboy 901 up in here. I think that's a that's a Tennessee area code. So he must be from Tennessee. We got E Steiger up in here. We got Jay Sum up in here. We got who else? We got my father's son. He's another Derrick Jackson. We got Dren up in here. We got Taquan Van Dam in this motherfucker. We got the Angry Bus Driver. We got Nick O up in here. We got Brian Turner all the way from New Orleans. See, we got Southeast Diego. And once again, Jay Sum. Say Jay Sum with the $5 donation. Keep your foot on these BMTs next. I will, my brother, and also these civic forces and everybody else. These ops that I like to call them. We got Wise Motivation for Alabama. We got Ringside with LCD from California up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can't make this shit up, though. But it's all good because we here to talk, we here to learn, we here to dissect things. Because what you might hear, you might say, I agree. You might agree. D-Dub up in the building as well. Want to give a shout out to E Get Money number 5. $5 donation. Oh, this is E Senior. E Senior with the $5 cash app. Appreciate you, my brother. Ty Caldwell, Brick City in the building. Y'all know about Brick City, goddammit. Shit. Red Man. That's what's up, fam. But check this out. Check this out. We're going to go back to the to the Instagram. This is about the brother who, the 10-year-old, man, we got Chief Cook. He got a whole, just coming up in here. What's going on? We got Mr. Ron from Cashville. We got Black Lifestyle Live just coming in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up, man. Good to see y'all up in here, man. Let me get on to the Instagram. I'm going to go back to Real DL Hughley. Like I said, he took the video from Savoy who clipped my part out and put his name on it and typed in what he typed in. And this I will say. I just want y'all to see the comments. This is what I will say. Now, even though this dude took the shit and cut my part out and add his own title, what did he put on there? Father records daughter wildly disrespecting him on the phone. Even this dude realized that this little girl is being disrespectful, that she's disrespecting him on the phone. Even he recognized that. Even though you got a bunch of motherfuckers saying she ain't do nothing wrong. She ain't say nothing wrong. She has that right to speak her mind. Since it's the father, she has all the rights. I don't know no 10-year-old that had a right to tell a grown-up any motherfucking thing. I don't. I could be wrong. Y'all school me. You know, maybe it's a new era or some shit. But the reason why I bring it back up, because this brother right here, I don't know if y'all can see his face clear, because, you know, we on the computer and shit. Hold on, let me go back to it. I was trying to make, that's the biggest I can make it, I see. This right here, you know who this brother is? Do y'all remember his face? He played on The Cosby Show. This was the one, this was Vanessa. Y'all remember Vanessa? Remember the boyfriend with the Jerry curl? He had the long Jerry curl and shit. That's him. I forgot his name. Back in the day, that was her boyfriend for a whole season, for a long time on the show. Y'all remember him? I don't know. I forgot his acting name, but it look like now he's an actor, author, and an activist. Acting is my passion, but activation is my purpose. So I didn't know he wrote books. J-Lon just came in the building. Jew came up in the building. Killer Clan Killer up in the building from San Diego. That's what's up. But y'all remember him? And Daniel Gaines. Yes, up in the building. This brother right here, he played on The Cosby Show. This was Vanessa's old boyfriend. They was young teenagers. He had the long Jerry curl, the real Jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? That drip, drip Jerry curl. That's him right now today. And the reason why I'm typing it in, I'm going to go back off his page. Let me see if I can get back to it without going out. Okay. The reason why I put it up there because this is what he put up here. I want y'all to read it. Yeah, Robert Von Wick up in this motherfucker. Von Wick came in the building and answered it. His name was Robert. Yep, he was the light-skinned brother with the long Jerry curl. It was Vanessa's boyfriend. Black Rangers came in the building. And this is what he said. He said, and I said this yesterday, but I want y'all to let you know how these sellout ass niggas are. He said, this is a learned behavior. And let's be rational and logical about this. If mom didn't teach her how to do this, she would immediately be corrected. She would immediately be correcting this behavior, checking her daughter and making it mandatory that she speak to her father with regard and respect. And that's the bottom line. Now, do y'all disagree or do y'all agree with what he's saying? If this wasn't no learned behavior, then why the mom as a parent didn't tell her, hey, you don't talk that way to your father. You don't disrespect your father. You a kid. You 10 years old. You don't have that right to do what you're doing. Was he right? Or do y'all agree? Do you disagree with what he's saying? This was his opinion. His thoughts on this. He's going off what he hear. Yeah, Jay, some say it's obvious. Yeah, I know that. But a lot of people, what I'm finna show you, disagree. A lot of people actually believe that she didn't do nothing wrong. A lot of people actually believe that it was cool. She wasn't disrespected father. And maybe he wasn't around. And these checkmark motherfuckers. DeAndre Whitfield. Yeah. That's his real name. But he was Robert on thanks to my brother Von Wick. Yeah, his name was Robert. That's how long since I watched the Cosby Show. So I want you to see the comment, and you're gonna see the let me see. I want to show you Amanda Seals. And then somebody, the check marks, Jay Phillips live. He said that hurts. That's straight from the mama. Now, here go Amanda Seals. Folks really forming full opinions off this smidget of a video. Shake my head. See, I'm getting to her. One of these stupid motherfuckers. These the ones y'all call black queens, mother earths. These the ones to be on CNN talking loud against other white dudes. And then motherfuckers coming to her and say, yeah, you showed him, you took care of him, but didn't have no type of logic, no type of receipts or anything. She just getting loud to the public. And that makes her be we support our king shit. You can't make this shit up. So this is what she said at first. Folks really forming full opinions off the smidget videos. And I'm going to show you what she said, though. This is what she said right here. Backstory needed, because trust and believe some folks are very different when they know the camera's on them. We know that because when you on the motherfucking camera, you sure do a lot of that shucking and jiving. You might not be talking about yes, a boss, but you pretend like you against the man, but at the same time, you fuck with the man. Because how do you go against a black man that's a father, that all he trying to do is be a father, but you want to make excuses for this little girl because she's going to be one of your future feminist baby mama terrorist whores out there. Yeah. Ain't no backstory needed, just like my brother said. But this she said. This what she said. And of course, motherfuckers laughing. Then you got these baby mama terrorists with the natural hair. They think because they got natural hair, they can't be a baby mama terrorist and a motherfucker setting a black man up for failure. But she said, you right. This has the air of a bitter breakup and going on issues from the you get that from your mama comment. Whatever the fuck that mean. But yeah. And then a lot of these other black ones. Exactly. Could be a toxic dad syndrome. Now he posts this. What purpose will it serve? It will probably push her further away from him. This is only a piece of a conversation. They play nice in front of others when the people behind closed doors and no cameras get a totally different person. Now, yes. So, all the ass kisses. And it was a few brothers that were saying, no, that's not it. That's you. And then a lot of men were saying, you always go against men. You never call out the women. Same thing they tell me. I don't call out the men. But let's go back to this brother right here. It's a learned behavior, right? Now here, she says that, hey, this is not enough footage. not enough footage. And then she going to everybody comments who got a check mark talking about, not enough footage, been turned around and said that I know plenty of men who don't want to be there for their kids and stuff like that. You can't make this shit up. And then she said her comment about as part of a story. Then everybody come with the boom boom 100 and all that shit. And somebody, a brother said, stop here. He hit up Amanda Sears and stop here. Here we go. This is a learned behavior. Crazy baby mama. She in grown folks' business and taking her mama's side. Shake my fucking head. You can't make this shit up. This is what they think about you. You know what I'm saying? Then here come motherfucker tomorrow. Exactly. If you're molesting your own child, then he or she doesn't deserve respect. Why even jump to that point about somebody molesting a kid? So you telling me he's calling to try to have a conversation with his daughter, and she disrespecting him. The first thing you think that he or she is molesting them? There's some sick-minded motherfuckers. These the ones we're supposed to protect. These the ones we're supposed to protect, though. These the ones that make any excuses for any 10-year-old to do the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? These are the ones. These Amanda Seals motherfucker. The first thing motherfucker talking about some goddamn. Oh well, she did say she's an attentional agitator. Okay, well I kind of get it then. Yeah, when it fits your narrative, I got it. Okay, I understand now. Okay. And yeah, it could be a toxic dad syndrome and all this shit. And then Haitian King said, you need a backstory to find out why this child is talking to an adult, let alone her father like this. Shake my head. I need to see or hear your backstory. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I need a backstory for what I'm hearing. Now, of course, you want to know what really's going on and shit like that. But to say that, he had to do something, here's what they think about you. Yeah, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. See, the ones that talk with some sense know what it is, and they call out, I appreciate you, because a lot of these motherfuckers is not. They're going to sit back and make excuses. They're going to talk about their teachers. I had a motherfucker tell me yesterday that she was a teacher. She know damn well that this kid is just speaking of mine. It's something he did. And I said, bitch, you need a better job. And then she said she's going to retire. I said, I'm glad you retiring, because other people possibly can be saved, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go to that. I just want y'all to see that again. These are the ones that y'all support. Y'all out there, in the streets fighting with Black Lives Matter and tearing up buildings and shit and talking about police is the problem. No, these baby mama tears are the first problems. Yeah. So, okay. Let's go to Mr. Let Go. This him, y'all. Got a lot of followers doing this thing on YouTube. I talked to him on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him on the phone and shit. We didn't agree with everything. We came to a common ground that baby mama terrorists are the reason why shit is going on to this day. We agree with that. Some things he taught me and some things that I kind of taught him. But like I said, when it comes down to shit like this, I'm for what's right and what's the truth. And a lot of people can't handle the truth, but doesn't matter. Because the ones that do is going to ban over here. The ones that don't is going to ban somewhere else. I want to give a shout out to Simply a Diva for the $5 donation. She said, my stepson acts the same way. His mama tells him to disrespect us. He does it. He had to check him hard because he lives here. Now, can y'all imagine y'all having custody of your son or your daughter, and the baby mama tells is the non-custodial parent? She still got power to manipulate and control that kid? That's some shit. You the custodial parent, and you got the baby mama tells who the non-custodial parent able to still dictate and run two households, hers and theirs. But y'all sit back and say this shit ain't real, don't exist. I want to give a shout out to Angry Bus Driver for the $5 donation. He says, BMTs raise their children to disrespect and not listen to the fathers. And fuck Amanda Seals. She's an agent. Hey, shout out to you, my brother. Whew. You're so cool, 23. Shout out to you, my white sister. She says, $4.99. She got super sticker, but I know why she did it, because you want to hear that Law and Order shit. Shout out to you. She loves it. But yeah. So yes, he's a life coach. He's been doing it for long time and doing this thing out here. He got a lot of women followers. He talked to brothers as well, but mostly it's women followers. And this brother posts on here, he talk about different things. And but we just gonna get to about the brother that I interviewed, the brother I talked to behind the scenes, the brother that sent me videos, the brother that told us how he felt about the situation, and he's in California, why he's going through this, and everybody else talking shit about some motherfucking, he must have did this, he must have did that. Now, I'm not going to play the video yet. I want y'all to see the comments, because what he posts right here said, what are your thoughts? And then he hashtag, listen to your kids. Hashtag, listen to your heart. Hashtag, kids have feelings too. Hashtag, disrespectful kids. Hashtag, kids have rights. Hashtag, kids have rights too. Hashtag, dumb parents. Hashtag, disrespectful parents. Okay. Woman said, oh, wow. When he said it's the first time he should have been asking why. I don't understand that. Maybe y'all could tell me. But when he said when he said it the first time, he should have been asking why. It's going every week. It's going twice a week. So you got to keep asking why? Okay. Hair crown. Somebody with a hair crown said, I agree. I just had an episode like this between my son and his father. And it stems from not taking responsibility in the roles that you have played in either hurting the child to spite the other parent or not showing up like you should as a father, but wants all the accolades that comes with it. These children aren't submissive to disrespect. So I get her frustration. And him going viral is really to validate why he probably isn't top tier of a father, just at how easy he said you get that from your mother. Weak. Now, what's weak was the bullshit comment. You talking about some goddamn, talking about some responsibility and the roles. Now, because maybe because your baby daddy wasn't in the child life like he should, maybe he abandoned his son or whatever, don't mean that every man do the shit. But then again, maybe you motivated your son to do the shit and you like behind the scenes doing the same thing that happened to this brother right here. You can't make this shit up, but let's continue. Beauty, yep, that's me. Exactly my point. I'm so glad a man stood up and said this father was wrong for doing this to his daughter. See, that's what I'm saying. These baby mama terrorists love these so-called men to come to these motherfuckers' defense when they don't deserve it, when they know they full of shit, when they know they cause havoc. These the simple forces that I be talking about. They glad a simple force to come to a bitch's defense.
Here I come to save the day.
They are glad. That's what I'm saying. They don't never want to have no type of accountability. They don't want y'all to know that the jig is up. They don't want y'all to know that y'all been bamboozled. You've
been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
They don't want you to know the lies that's been going on. They want to keep it the way it is. So of course, she's glad that a man stood up. See, that's a real man. A real man is one who stand up to us, to help these other niggas regardless. Fuck them telling the truth. Fuck your thoughts, like Reverend X says. They want them to be their safe havens. That's why these motherfuckers never got to accept no accountability. This is why. Because when you come with this shit like this, rhetoric trying to come out and say these baby mama terrorists, they ain't never got to show no accountability. They'll never have their crowns taken off their head. They will never be looked at as the evildoer. Because regardless, you're going to have some hoe ass nigga or some Amanda Seals ass nigga that comes to a motherfucking defense. But let's continue. Now, this woman said this comes from her hearing them arguing in front of her. Also, little girls choose to follow their mother's step. The way she talks to him in front of her, she follows. She's too grown. Mother needs to fix this ASAP. That mother ain't going, this baby mama Tez ain't going to fix this because she's causing it. But I agree. The mother should fix it because you caused it. You need to fix this problem. But they not a baby mama Tez. Why would they do that? We got 79 followers. I mean, that's liking it. And we got 120. Let's definitely get them likes up, for real. Let's get them likes up. Same person. Is it the same person to make sure? No, it's somebody else because y'all look alike. She said, I don't agree with this recording, but this is definitely taught behavior from an adult. Children only knows what the adults tell them. He may have recorded her to prove a point how he's been trying to be in her life and etc. And this is the behavior he receives. I do understand respect what people say, but let's all be honest. If he's totally respects her and to stop to communicating with her, since she clearly says, I don't want to talk, everyone will be saying he's not a good parent. He didn't try hard enough, etc. And at the end of the day, everyone makes mistakes and no one is perfect. There should be boundaries and a child needs both parents. I agree 100%. But unfortunately, you got motherfuckers sitting back talking about he's trying to go viral. He's doing to get attention. He must ain't be in his kid's life. You know, a lot of men don't be in their kid's life, even though we proved that was false. We proved that shit was wrong, especially when it comes to black men, since they want to say we're the stigma of being deadbeats and shit. But she said it. Like she said. She said, I don't agree with the recording, but then again, she said it. She wanted to prove a point how he's been trying to be in her life, and it's the behavior that he received, and that's what he was getting. This is what he been getting. And then, of course, somebody said, I agree with you. She deserved to express her boundaries because this is a baby mama terrorist that let her kids do the same shit to their father. You're absolutely right. People keep saying she needs discipline and is being disrespectful, but he's forcing her to speak to him at this point. Then he says, you got that from your mama. When she has a little temper tantrum, that comment within itself is disrespectful. Why tell a child that an attribute you don't like about her is something she learned from her mother? He probably doesn't treat the mother right either. Yes, I'm assuming. I know you are. We don't know the backstory as to why the child doesn't want to talk to him. He's so wrong for this and used the wrong moment to try to prove and go viral. First of all, motherfucker, he didn't know this shit was going to go viral. We didn't know it was going to go viral. I had an idea it was going to go somewhere because this shit happens all the time. And they just probably couldn't believe that it was a 10-year-old and not a motherfucking woman, because a lot of people thought that was the baby mama terrorist. And that's why people are saying that it's coming from the mother. The way she's talking, the way her tone is, the way she's so quick to respond, how she disrespects him. It's coming from a parent. If it ain't coming from the mom, it's coming from some parent in that house. So, yeah. But they use this as a deflect. Oh, he just want to go viral. Oh, he's trying to get attention. Yeah, he want attention. He want people to know that this what happens all the time with men and fathers that want to stay in their kids' life, but they're not allowed to because these baby mama terrorists use their kids as weapons, pawns, and shields. But these are the ones that run the black community. And then when your daughter go out there and be a hoe, or your daughter go out there and get another low-life nigga, have a kid with, put him on child support, and they have a bunch of other kids, and then how they the most educated, got degrees with welfare in their pocket, then y'all sit back and say it's the father's fault. But y'all been having custody of our boys and girls for over 30, 40, 50, and possibly 60 years in this motherfucker. Let's continue. If she don't want to talk, maybe she meant if, but if I'm gonna say if because she got is. If she don't want to talk, respect that. So if she don't want to talk, respect that. Don't call her and force her to stay on the phone with you with the exclamation point. Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you have to respect boundaries, and he's recording her. Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you don't have to respect boundaries. And then he said, and he's recording her. Ew. Let me ask you this. What do y'all think about that? Do you think, because she say, just because you're a parent doesn't mean you don't have to respect boundaries. Do you think you got to, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that a mother or a father should respect a 10-year-old's boundary? You let me know. You let me know. I'm gonna put the link in there because we need to talk and dialogue with this shit. Anybody can tune and chime in because we're gonna dissect this shit together. But said that a parent should respect a kid's boundary. Now, don't get me wrong. When a child get 15, 16, get a certain age, a certain boundary you do respect. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. It's based on age. But we talking about a 10-year-old here. What kind of boundary that she or he deserves? You tell me. Because if I tell you to clean up your room and you tell me I don't feel like it, not now, I do it later. even if she said it in a nice way. You telling me you gonna say, okay, I'm gonna let it slide? I mean, you tell me I'm a dumb motherfucker. I'm a stupid motherfucker from cottage. You let me know. Cliffhanger, what's up, bro?
Man, what's good with you, man? Just listening to all this this back and forth with these weak people talking about that the guy was wrong. At the end of the day, man, until this girl gets a job, until this girl pays some bills, until this little 10-year-old learns how to be a mature individual, yes, she should be listening to me. Yes, she should be respecting me. Yes, she needs to follow directions, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that the single mother lived what I call the struggle lifestyle. You keep on going. I'm gonna let you play the video. You keep on going.
Hey, but you remember what the brother said? He said as soon as she got pregnant, she blamed him for getting pregnant, and when she was 6 months pregnant, she ran to the aid office to get welfare. So you're right. The struggle check. You're right.
You can't. Hold on. She blamed him, but what happened to this thing that happened a long time ago? It's my body. It's my choice.
Hey, man. I said it myself. We had every opportunity to prevent. You had all these different remedies, even the morning after, and even abortion. But you decided to, keep it going, but blame him at the process. No. But check this out, brother. Now this lady said, "Boundaries my ass." Is that it? Boundary my ass. I ever dream of speaking to my father with that tone, I'll go get the belt myself. There's a line children shouldn't cross, because then they do it with other adults that can care less about them. He shouldn't have to even share this. Go fix it without an audience. Here's the thing. How can he share something when he's alienated? How can he fix it when he can't even see his daughter? Going back and forth to court. All this shit.
Well, you already know. You already know, man. Listen, look. The baby mama programs the little girl, just like the movie Terminator. The T-1000. You can't be trusted. You can't compromise with them. You can't negotiate with them. They're just going to keep on doing what they're doing, and it's kind of sad because when they get older, the cycle is going to continue. You're going to see the 100% destruction of this woman when she gets 18, 19 years old, and then when she goes back to dad and says, "Dad, can you help me? Can you help me?" He's going to have to fix the pieces that this baby mama just completely fucked up.
But here's the thing. Here's the twist. What if you turn around and say, "Hell no, all the shit you did to me, I ain't doing a motherfucking thing. Go back to your mama that had you." Is he wrong?
You already know when it turns 18, the mother, it's kind of like, you're in a plane. The mother doesn't even give you a parachute. When you're 18 years old, she's kicking you off the plane without the parachute. She wants you to go and dive head first. No investments, no 401k, no tuition for college. Mother tells you, "Hey, look, I want you to listen to this Disney Channel programming. Follow your heart. Follow your dreams." As for your dad's going to kick your game and be like, "Hey, look, that shit ain't real. You need to get your money up. You need to get some investments. You need to think about getting a wise person." And that's how it goes. These baby mothers, all they're doing is just destroying the community, man. So let's go.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my brother. I reached out to him today because one of the brothers on Instagram told me to reach out to him. He got a documentary out called Frustrated 2. It was in New Jersey where he doing a documentary on baby mama terrorists who used the system to destroy dads. He just sent me a $6 cash app. He says for Frustrated 2, viewing me on via Vimeo. Y'all need to definitely check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and rent it. Buy it. It's only $5. But I had looked at the the intro, the preview, and I liked what I saw. And I reached out to him and I told him I want to definitely dialogue, link up with him, and hopefully do a part 3. And I'm up in there. We networking definitely, because that's what I definitely want to do. Bring out the truth. I want to give a shout out to J.S. Huggins. Quite a few of y'all know who he is because y'all hit me up on the Instagram about it. Shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're still in here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to type in my email. Give me your number, and we'll definitely talk today, brother. We definitely need to talk. I appreciate you checking me out and even reading my messages. Thank you, sir. Cincinnati, what's good before I continue on, brother?
Man, you know what? One thing about it, man, it just shows how far how far of a fall the society has went, man. You know, in every society, you would have to go to the father to marry the woman. You know what I mean? You all the respect would go to the father. You would have the man would have to go to that woman's father to get his blessing to get married to her. That's why even now in a marriage, the man walks down the aisle and then he lets his daughter go to that man. You know what I'm saying? All the respect was given to the man. I'm talking about in every culture. In every culture, you had to do that. But then now we got people disrespecting their father. That's just so how low these people go. And then we talk about these kids and not respecting these kids. These kids don't know. I mean, like I said, the same thing gonna happen with that little girl. That exactly. And you know, and the crazy thing about the baby mama terrorists, they don't even like their daughters. When she start growing breasts, when she start growing the ass, she gonna start dogging her ass. Because we know that's a pattern in our community. Dogging. So while she doing this shit, she ain't gonna have no motherfucker. She gonna have her father or her mother when she get about 15, 16, because she wanna disrespect the father. Now and the mama looking at her like, oh, you competition now. You know how them baby mama terrorists do. So she on double jeopardy. She fucking herself up. But that's why I won't throw that in there, throw it in the game.
Appreciate you on that one, my brothers. Yeah, they will. They don't like this shit. They don't like the truth. Shout out to Life with Royalty Lifestyles. It's my first time here, and I appreciate you tuning in. I didn't want to say sir, and you be a woman, so I don't know to say sir and ma'am. So I just you let me know. And then that's why I just say Life with Royalties Lifestyle. Shout out to you for tuning in for the first time. Even Michelle Walker, I believe this her first time. Said, "Amen." Talk true, 100. That's all I'm here to talk about. Shout out to you. But yeah, let me give a shout out to DeBelle for the $2 donation. She said, "I wish she had a recorded conversation with the baby mama terrorist." Probably do. He probably do. He say he got other receipts now. So don't think this is not. This been going on with him for years. Okay, Life with Royalty Lifestyle. I'm a girl. I appreciate your sister. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't want to say the wrong thing. You know, thank you. Appreciate you to the fullest. Watching for France. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ricky Manor. Shout out to Ricky Manor. He up in the building. You know, y'all need to tune in, like his subscribe to him because we on YouTube. Subscribe to him, man. He doing his thing, and yeah, we doing call-ins because this is something that everybody need to talk about. You know, just Mimi just tuning in, come to say hello. She do it often. Appreciate you, sister. You can't make this shit up. Watching all the way from France. That's what's up. But you heard what this sister said? She said, boundaries my ass. I ever dream of speaking to my father with that tone, I'll go get the belt myself. There's a line children shouldn't cross because then they do it with other adults that can care less about them. He shouldn't have to even share this. Go fix it without an audience. Yeah, well, he don't have that luxury.
Now, I got a question. Do you think that would be the same way if it was a little boy talking crazy to his father? You think that baby mama terrorists will feel the same way about a little boy doing it? I'm just wondering though.
Probably not. You know why? Because that's a son husband. So as long as he basically doing the same thing that these trick ass niggas doing like this.
Here I come to save the day.
He just a junior edition. Now, Michelle Walker says mothers jealous or envious about their own daughters? Huh? Where they do that at? They do it in a lot of communities, ma'am. They do it a lot. They do it a lot.
My baby mama terrorist. Her mama hate her motherfucking ass. I know it. I know it from personal experience. My baby mama terrorist treat her daughter like shit. In fact, she's diagnosed with being a victim of childhood emotional abuse by a parent. And the DSM is 995 because she was dogging her. And the thing about it, as soon as she turned 14, 15, 16. And is it a coincidence? I don't think so.
Not at all. It's a lot. If you watch, matter of fact, if you watch movies, people who like Tyler Perry, people who don't like Tyler Perry, but if you watch a lot of his movies, he talk about baby mama terrorists without saying it, where the mother hates the daughter or try to pimp the daughter or don't get along with the daughter or hate the daughter, jealous of the daughter, love one daughter over the other. I mean, it's in movies and everything. This happens often. Where I'm from Chicago, Royalty. I'm from Chicago, born and raised. Yeah, this shit is real.
I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Go ahead, Cliffhanger.
Let me tell you straight up, man. If you ever get into a point that your daughter is going ahead and using this type of technique on you, I will say to all men, get yourself a security camera. Get yourself a security camera all around the house. So what you can do is record all the bullshit that happens. Because here's the thing that some people are not going to tell you. Yeah, you can take your child to therapy. Therapy is not going to work because right when you give them to therapy, the mother is going to go ahead and reprogram them, but reprogram with a different software. Oh, you can do it with love and hugs and all this stuff. But the biggest one I want to say is this: every person get down there and watch that movie Fences. Yeah, Denzel Washington, yeah, he fucked up, but he showed you back in the days how a man was supposed to really take care of a child. Yeah, I fucked up. I had a child out of wedlock. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take care of this child. You know what? Yeah, my son hated me, but you know what? My son went to the Marine Corps and he became something out of himself. So with that being said, man, we seeing right now, man, the destruction of how these single mothers have been using this for decades and decades and decades. And really, at the end of the day, we're still sitting back acting like damn Deborah Cox. How did we get here? Well, you know how we got here. We got here because of Lyndon B. Johnson is goddamn signed his welfare system. So yeah, keep on going, man. Let's go ahead and speak this truth.
Yes, sir. I want to give a shout out to Anthony McClinton for the $10 donation. As always, I appreciate you, sir. It's my brother from the West Side. That's Mac over there. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to MPI with the $5 donation. He said, I have a DSM-5. It's a real good read for all men. So y'all definitely need to check that out. He said, I have a DSM-5. It's a good read for all men. All men. So y'all definitely need to check that out. Me as well. We got Just Mimi in here for the first time. I'm going to let her talk. And then we'll play some of the videos so Ricky Manning can actually hear this shit. Just Mimi, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
How's it going, Miss Mimi?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, ma'am. How about yourself?
All right. I'm just I'm noticing what's going on. My husband and I are not social media people. We used to just go on, YouTube and we look at videos or whatever, and then we would get off. And then I just happened to stumble across a women's channel, and I'm not gonna lie, I got pissed off hearing a lot of what these women were saying. Mm-hmm. So then that's when, eventually it led me to Good Mother's page. And then I had a conversation with her about it. So I don't know all the terminology in the manosphere. Like I hear terms like, I think it's SMV and things like that. So when I was hearing the men saying that, I wouldn't know what that meant. But I understand, I get it. But I'm not going to use that terminology because I'm not used to using it.
I don't even know what is an SMB. I never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Sexual market value.
Oh, SMV. Okay.
Yeah, I think I said it wrong. Yeah. So
I didn't know. See, I call them Baby Mama Terrors, BMT. So I don't know.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah, I ain't SMV. That's a good one, but
no, it's like a lot. It's like a lot to the point where I started getting a headache.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But
that.
I'm just but I'm listening
that's
to
another part of the manosphere. That's the part of the manosphere dealing with dating and relationships and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm in the black manosphere, but what I talk about, I don't really talk too much about it. That everybody got their own thing. It's about baby mama terrorism and these simple forces and these people, feminists that don't want to hold these women accountable, who alienate fathers out the picture and then play victim and use the kid to hate the dad, and then they get mad when that same daughter become a baby mama terrorist and be out there with the next trick and do the same shit, and then you want to blame us when you cause this havoc. So that's what we talk about here in child support, and how child support is not for the best interest of the kid. Is the best interest of the state, best interest of this nation. It's a money grab. It's worldwide pandemic of baby mama terrorism. They the white hands of white supremacy, far as I'm concerned. It's not about the best interest of the kids. So
I agree.
So that's what, and we talk about feminism and stuff like that. But we also talk about simple forces that come to these baby mama terrorist defense and make excuses for them. There's no excuse on why you want to take a child's innocence. You take a 10-year-old's innocence to make her be grown to hate the father. So then when she get a good guy to come along, she's going to hate him too. and she's gonna treat him bad, and she ain't gonna have a good man. She's gonna die alone. She's gonna have a bunch of kids. She's gonna be a baby mama terrorist. She's gonna treat them the same. She's gonna have a son husband, and they all gonna be set up for failure. This is why our communities are fucked up like it is today.
Ain't that the motherfucking truth?
Hey, hey, let me ask you a question. Do y'all ever get to see this pattern when the baby mother actually tries to take a position as for the father and the mother at the same time? I see a pattern that mostly their hair starts to fall out. That's why you got most of these chicks around like in their mid 40s and their 50s with that Linnell hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too stressful. You know, hey, this lifestyle as being the father, hey, some people will fold off this lifestyle because you got a lot of providers' anxiety. You got a lot of stress. You got to juggle the finances and all these different types of things like that. But the biggest thing is some single mothers are taught. They are taught to not stick around and basically push that ejection button and knock on Big Daddy's government doorstep and get resources. This is what's going on in the world. We're not even looking at that picture.
And they don't want to look at that picture. That's the thing. So my goal here, Mimi, and the people that just not falling for the first time, is to bring it out there. And for the ones that understand and agrees and is tired of going along to get along, you come over here. You want to side with the majority in society, and then you go over there. I mean, because the majority is not going to side with truth. That's all to it. Ain't that right, Ricky?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Palmer, I did a video. I uploaded earlier today. You took up 5 hours of my time the other day, dude.
I did?
Yeah. Video you uploaded about a couple of weeks ago. I'm sorry I couldn't see it the whole way through, but then when I watched it all the way through, I was like, holy crap. One thing, the video with Cynthia G and the dude, the white guy from New York. Right. Yeah. You know, you touched on a lot of stuff there, and I looked around the manosphere and I looked around, Black YouTube to see if anybody would actually touch on what I've discovered here. Basically what I'm saying is that it came to me as no surprise, because 3 years ago, she was talking about white supremacy, calling white people all kind of, names outside of their names. And now she's on the line with a white supremacist talking trash about the black man, right? So the reason it came to me as no surprise is because this guy's a white guy from New York. What's in New York? Liberals. Liberals don't like us. Right. The way to get them to show their true colors is to be around a black woman. Now, I want to say this real quick. I'm going to try to find the quickest way to say this.
Go ahead.
Black women on the slave plantation, they didn't, we try to look at the plantation like we look at it now. Back then, we didn't look at each other as family. We were chattel. You see what I'm saying? So on the plantation, when we were freed from the plantation, a lot of these people took those habits with them. And when we were segregated, that was one of the best things that could have happened to us because we learned to live around each other. Now, here's the kicker to that. As we started to grow and develop and get out of the slave plantation, because you got to remember, we wasn't even 100 years out of slavery when the war on poverty came along. The bed wench was brought back out. The batteries were recharged for the bed wench. Okay, the batteries were recharged for the bed wench because now they can do the job that they used to do on the plantation, which is to breed kids, not rear them, not raise them, but just to breed them. So when you got these kids that are coming in these single head of household families with the woman raising them, then of course what that's going to do, that's going to put that family in itself on a financial treadmill. You see what I'm saying? So now we got this family on a financial treadmill, so they're not being able to accrue any wealth because mom and dad's not in the house to accrue the wealth. It's just the mom. You see what I'm saying? So the dad is actually busting his ass just to keep up with his financial obligations. He's not putting anything, towards bringing, the future generation. So that's the thing that, this was very strategically planned to keep a slave class in America. Slavery was never abolished. It just changed forms.
Exactly. You see that with just being in jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, these white liberals that was out of, so that's why it never came to me as no surprise, because you notice those white liberals will be like, you're oppressed. So if they come and tell you in a friendly manner that you're oppressed and you're a victim of the system, what's the difference between Brian telling us that and a freaking, in a malicious fashion? either way it goes, I don't accept it when some white liberal comes along and tells me that I'm oppressed.
Right.
You know.
Cliffhanger, you was finna say something?
Yeah, I'd like to give a little bit, and I appreciate you, man, giving out a brief history lesson on this matter, but I have to give you a little bit of a kickback. Let me ask you a question, brother. Who is, out of graduating out of college, who is the most demographic people that are graduating from college? Don't worry, I'll give you the answer. Black women.
Black women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, black women.
So here's the thing. I can understand with all this slavery and all the what happened back then, but after this, when the 60s hit, when the cultural shift between the conservative forms of lifestyle to the liberal forms of ideas happened, when Lyndon B. Johnson start learning and start signing the welfare system into play, the black women in general said, fuck that. I'm finna go ahead and get this check. That's why that was the beginning of the get the bag culture. And we see this all the damn time. You see this through TV shows. We're seeing this through movies. We're seeing this even through the news. But the thing is, even though we may go ahead and call it out, black women do not want to hear that. They do not want to hear, hey, I'm fucking up as a parent. I need to go ahead and let the man take care of this. Because the man, at the end of the day, not only was supposed to be the head of the household, he's supposed to be the head of life. He was supposed to be the one that basically takes care of everything and all these factors. So I just had to get a little bit of a pushback on you on that matter.
Well, you know, the thing is with the black women that graduate college, the reason that the poverty line is still low, because look at what they're studying in college. They're studying education. You know, if you ever, on these major college campuses, even at the HBCU, the trend is to get on the college campus and to study education. We don't have them at a high rate wanting to be lawyers or anything of that nature. They're just wanting to study education. It's like, or they'll take a business degree and they do nothing with it.
Well, yeah, and I get that. But also you got to realize education at the end of the day, it's just like you're working at the police department, that you're working at the fire department. You get a pension after, a certain number of years after you basically do your tenure or do your years as a teacher. You can get yourself a pension retirement. Some states will even eliminate your tuition, your student loans if you work a number of years as a teacher.
10 years.
Yeah, and if you work in a
hospital.
Yeah, and if you work in a what is that? These schools in like these impoverished neighborhoods, they'll actually forgive your loan after 4 years. Some of them.
Yeah,
William D. Ford will.
I do know most of them are 10 years.
Yeah. So my question is, if that's happening, and not only that, you got all the benefits in the world of WIC, government assistance, housing vouchers, all these stuff, and you're telling me that after 18 years of raising a child, you're going to kick him out the house and not even have any type of nest egg or any type of Roth IRA, any type of investments with this child, and that child's going to go back to the same rotation of the emotional poverty that you went through? That just shows me, man, that you should have reconsidered about having a child to begin with.
Facts.
Right.
But you know that old saying.
I'm gonna throw something in the game real quick.
My mama did it to me, so I'm doing the same thing. Go ahead.
Right.
Israel.
Yeah, man, I wanted to go in the game real quick. I remember she talking about he must have molested her for her to be mad. But I'm thinking to myself, who's responsible for the spike in molestation? These kids don't have no protection no more. A motherfucker think twice before touching their child if they know they had a father right there that will blast your motherfucking head off. But now these kids don't have no protection. Baby mama terrorists, motherfucking simp force to come up in that motherfucker molesting them and shit like that. And we don't even put in consideration if she know her other side of the family. Daddy got a bunch of uncles. Daddy got a bunch of motherfuckers that will fuck somebody up for fucking with his daughter. But no, she's not in the father life at all. So like I was saying though, when it comes to all these molestations and shit going on after the nuclear family was destroyed, whose fault is that with these molestations? Don't put it on the dad who isn't there to protect her. You feel me?
Right.
Man, I know a bitch who brought her boyfriend home after meeting him at the gas station. They met at the gas station and she brought the nigga home with him. And he's living up there for like 3 months until he decided to drain her bank account and leave. And I'm like, But you met him at the gas station. You brought him home to hang out with where your kids live, and you wonder why you're having a hard time finding a good man. You just met this man at the gas station. You didn't even vet him on a dating app or anything. It's like, hey, you're fine. Let me go home with you. What? Like, who does that?
A baby mama Terrence. That's who. That's
my mother.
A mother wouldn't do that.
My mother.
Do that.
My mother.
Your mother. Wait a minute. Whoa. Mimi, your mother.
Yes. That. I'm not gonna. For a long time, I didn't want to talk about this because I was like embarrassed because women would make me feel embarrassed about it. But bottom line, I have 2 daughters, and what my mom does is she puts a lot of sick things in their head, and she would also make them lie. Like, she would twist their minds with things. So it got to the point where my husband couldn't discipline the girl. Like, they just have no respect. Like, they would respect him when he was in the home, but then when he would go to work and stuff like that, my daughters would be like, oh, he's controlling. They would just like say a bunch of things that were not true. And it was tough for me to make a decision, but my decision was, you want to go live with your grandmother? You want that life? Because they were not respecting me. Okay, now you're going to go live with your grandmother. But before all that stuff happened, my mom did a lot of foul shit. Like, she went to pick up my kids from school. She told, she called CPS. She had everything in the making. And the women, like my sisters and my aunts and all of them, they were all in on it, because the first thing that she did, like, she got a family stay away first. She said that my husband was sexually abusing the kids. The court thing went back and forth. I mean, like, it went on for 3 years, okay? Then after that, it was just like an ongoing thing. Then when that was thrown out, when that was proven to be a lie, then what she did, when her and I were leaving court, what I would do is I would walk out with somebody. There's cameras outside of the courthouse. She calls the police, and I get arrested because they're telling me that I violated the family court order that she placed on me. So I ended up getting arrested. So when I went in front of the judge, I had a decision to go to trial. I didn't know what to do. So I was mandated to go to anger management classes. I couldn't get a job because now I'm trying to fix this criminal thing. I don't want it to turn criminal. But then my lawyer was able to prove that there was no cameras. There were cameras outside of the courthouse, and it was just an ongoing thing, and it just kept going. She kept taking me to court. She would cry. She'd call family members. They called CPS on me. It was nonstop. And when after 3 years after fighting all of this stuff, and I get my girls back and I'm trying to maintain a stable life for them, they would be so disrespectful to me, and I've done everything. I would take them to therapy, but then I would notice that they would misbehave when my husband wasn't home, and I felt powerless because I still had CPS watching me. So I felt like I was out of control. Like, there were times that I really wanted to I'm not a violent person. I don't put my hands on my daughters, but there was times I really wanted to yell at them, but they knew that they had the advantage, because when I would turn their phone off, if they didn't clean their room, they would still find a way to call their grandmother, and she'd put the phone bill on. And after going back and forth with all the disrespect, I said, you know what? You want to go live with your grandmother? Go live with your grandmother. Go.
I ain't mad at you at all.
I'm not gonna put up with that. Like, and sometimes when they come over, and it's more like my youngest, because she's reading all this psychology BS that they're putting out there, and the feminism stuff, and I just get so irritated. And I love her very much. It's just, I know she's young and she's confused, but I'm trying to like get her out of this to make, like, open her eyes. So what I do is, when they do say disrespectful things about my husband when he's not here, and you know what I do? I tell him, get out right now. I'm not taking anybody's side. Huh?
How old is your mother?
She is 62, 63.
Oh, so she's a part of that generation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's the one of the originators of the baby boomer baby mama.
Yeah, she's a part of the nation of single baby mothers. It's a nation right now, the single baby mothers. And hey, look, for you to go through the stuff that you went through, Hey, look, it's rare to hear a story from a woman, to hear that particular instance that happened, especially with your own mother is trying to manipulate and use the system against you. But now you understand that, in our issue, in our footsteps, that this has been happening for quite some time, that men are actually going through depression, suicide, even getting to the point of just going ahead and popping two on each of the child and the mother, because they're doing so many tactics to destroy just the household in general. So I appreciate you letting me know and let us know as an audience your situation and your story. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very difficult
I want to ask
for
you
me
a
to
question.
share that.
I want to ask you a
Sorry.
question. No problem. Do you still talk to your mom, or you cut off, or hey, I ain't fuck with you?
The relationship that it stems from a lot of things in childhood that she did.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship that I have with her, I have tried like to mend the relationship, and I have confronted her about things, and she won't admit anything.
Of course.
So what I do, let me tell you how like evil she is. So we how we ended the court case, it was finally finalized because it was going back and forth for so long. I was like, I told the judge, okay, she can have them, but I still have rights in a sense where I could take my kids to the hospital, I can see them whenever I want. But she plays this stupid game, right? So my daughters will tell her, I'm gonna go see mom. Mom is gonna come pick us up. What she'll do is when my girls are with me, she will call and she will say, "Oh, they didn't tell me. You didn't," like the way she talks to me. She's, you didn't tell me that they were going to your house. I was like, you knew because I sent you the text message, and I started snapshotting it because she tried recently to go back to CPS to try some bullshit, but I had proof. I snapshotted everything. I was like, you can't do this. So I don't speak to her. I don't speak to her at all.
I don't blame you.
I just can't. When I look at her, I'm not even kidding. When I look at her, I see a demon. I just see a fucking demon when I look at her, and I can't stand her.
That's the devil's son-in-law.
One thing about CPS,
my ex-wife's
you can ragdoll. Fuck CPS. I got a pamphlet on CPS. Well, you can ragdoll they ass. You just gotta know the law. CPS is Title 4E. Child support is Title 4D. These are both contractual. These are both for-profit industries, and they don't have really no rights. CPS is just like another man or woman on the street trying to take your child. And say another man and woman can do the same thing. They can put a contract in front of you. Don't sign it. The only way CPS can take your child if you don't sign nothing with them is if they go to court, and they have to have ample evidence. Just like CPS can't come in your house at all unless they go to a judge and get a what's the name signed by it. What's that? We don't talk about to go in the house because even a warrant, even police can't come to your house without a warrant. So CPS, you got to look at CPS like a regular person on the street. That's exact. They just got tactics they use and stuff like that. They're not part of the government. They are a for-profit franchise that works with the government to give them money. So they ain't shit. In fact, you got if you know your rights, you can ragdoll they ass because they'll never go by their book. They'll never go by the way they're supposed to do it. The way they're supposed to do it. And you can call them out every single time. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna throw that in the game.
You know what? Let me ask you, Mimi. Now, how old your daughters?
Okay, so my youngest is 14, and then my oldest is 17.
Okay, so you got a 17 to 14-year-old.
Yes.
What do you think about a 10-year-old telling the father or even telling the mother that I don't want to talk to you, and being rudely and everything? Because a lot of people saying that she was actually in the right. She should have the right to not talk to him if she choose to.
Wait, you cut off for a minute. So the father should.
I'm gonna let you see here the video in a few seconds where the was disrespecting the father, and the father was just trying to talk to her, and she like, I don't want to talk. Her tone, she was just disrespectful. And you got people on here that's saying that she has the right to say she don't want to talk, or he must have did something, and she should have boundaries. He should have boundaries to a 10-year-old when she say no, or he say he don't want to be bothered.
No, absolutely not. My daughters were acting up one time in the supermarket. They were acting real out of control, and my husband called on the phone, and he heard them, and he was real calm. When we got in the car, he started screaming at them. on the top of his lung. Like the way that he screamed at them, he put the fear of life in them. That's why that's ultimately why they don't want to live with me, because they don't want to be held accountable. My oldest daughter is actually coming around. She's just been influenced. My youngest daughter is a lot. She's my oldest daughter follows my youngest a lot, and now my oldest daughter is realizing a lot of what I'm telling her.
So basically, I've seen, because I work in the community, and I've seen a lot. I mean, some of the stories these sisters tell me, I'm like, I didn't even know what was going on. I was oblivious to it. But one thing that's a common denominator when the mom is angry at the daughter is, one, you won't allow her to live vicariously through you. And the second one is more sinister than that. That means she's probably done fucked with a man somewhere along the way that that was making eyes at you. So she was like, the moms get jealous of the daughters. And it's not without fail. It's always one of those two things. Right. Either the mom wants to live vicariously through you. You don't want to do her way of things, and she takes it out on you. Or you have the freaking guy that was making eyes at you. She sees this, because women can tell the way that another man looks at a woman, and she felt in competition with you. Either way it goes, it's still a sucky situation. And it happens more often than not. So when I be hearing these women in the opposite side of the manosphere talking trash about black men, calling them dusty and beta, I'm like, well, who's responsible for these dusty and beta males? That behavior, that toxic behavior is what breeds that, Yeah,
100%.
Right. It's the mother. Like, my mother, she had, first of all, like, it's the four of us, and we had to hide from each other. Like, my older sister has a different father from me. Then it's me and my younger sister. We're 3 years apart. We have the same father. And then I have a brother, and he has a different father. So my mother spoke badly about my father and my sister's father. And then once my stepfather came into the picture, she told him, oh, these two men, they were so abusive to me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, he paid to put me and my sister in Catholic school, and my brother, he was doing all these things. And then when I was about 15, I actually met my biological father. Like, I met him a couple of times when I was a little girl. They were very brief. And then I actually saw him, and we had a conversation, and he was dropping off that child support. It was cash, but what he would do is that he would drop it off at my grandmother's house, and that was a secret. And then that day, that fateful day, is when my stepfather walked in and ran into my biological father. And at first, my stepfather was going to kick his ass because he thought that I brought a man in the house. And that was devastating. And that was the day that my younger brother found out that we all did not have the same father, because we weren't allowed to talk about that. So, yeah, so.
Figures. But they sit back and turn around and still want to say, it's the father's fault. The father must have did it. Nah, these baby mama tears mother, even the baby boomers. I'm going to let Black the God speak his piece. Then I'm going to go and read the super chats. And then we're going to go off to the video. Y'all saw enough with all these excuses. But I will say Polo actually said, nah, fam, you totally wrong for this one. Talking about Mr. Let Go. The whole family needs counseling ASAP. So it was a lot of people that came and said, I support what you do, but hey, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with you talking about this. You know what I'm saying?
Counseling doesn't work. Counseling doesn't work at all.
Nah, it don't. Black the God, what's up, fam?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good?
Hey,
fam?
Hey, man, I just wanted to chime in real quick. First of all, man, I want to tell you once again, man, I appreciate you, everybody on the panel, just the whole channel, the whole platform in general, bro. I really think, man, we should have a category as far as the terrorism and what it's causing, because it's like a form of PTSD. I changed it, and I use it. I use it to grind. I use it to work. I use it to think. I use it to stay focused and give me that passion to beat this stuff. But I feel like an army vet, and bro, I ain't been in no military. I feel I ain't never been locked up. I'm 36, bro. I feel like I done been in the jail. I feel like I done been in the street.
Right.
It's like my nerves bad, post traumatic, and I wanted to tell you, like, me and my 10-year-old, we keep like a covert secret relationship around his mama. Now, I was gonna crash his birthday party today. It's really tomorrow, so I'm gonna end up crashing that thing because finally some of the women in my family are starting to help me as opposed to help the terrorism. But my son tell me, my 11-year-old tell me he trying to be a lawyer. He on his grind. He want to be a lawyer and he want to do family law. So us, you and all these other men, these brothers, these sisters putting this energy out here, it is doing something to the ether. My son just texted me, and my son keep me motivated. If I could show y'all these receipts, y'all would be like, this is something else, man. This man texts me, stay strong, I'm proud of you. This man just hit me a second ago, like, I can't wait till we get like how we used to be. This is an 11-year-old. Now here I am feeling like I got PTSD, trying to keep my sanity from day to day. And this man texting me, keeping me focused. And I'm a strong dude. So it's like, man, I really believe, man, we stay on this, man. We keep fighting these simping forces, man. We can change something in this world in our lifetime, and life ain't promised. Every moment is precious. We live in the now. So on this platform, son, DJ, Dieva, Dorian, Dylan, all y'all, I love y'all to death. Any other kids or fathers or families who are affected by this, hey, this is where it's at. Join this movement and make it stronger. But I love all y'all, and I'm just marking this today on this here platform because, man, hey, man, this is all we got, bro. I appreciate y'all so much, man. I'm gonna donate and all that, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you to the fullest.
We're fighting a pandemic here. This is an epidemic in our community. This isn't, something that's a social condition. This is an epidemic that we're dealing with.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey, so first off, man, I appreciate you saying what you're saying, man. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of information, man. Your son is forced to step into manhood at an early age. He is stepping into manhood at an early age, and trust me, I know this perfectly well. And for him to do what he's doing, that shows you not only that he loves you, but sooner or later, man, when he gets into that age that he makes a choice that he can stay wherever he wants to stay at, he's gonna come to you, man. He's not gonna go back to mom. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep fighting, keep running, keep grinding. Because I'm gonna let you know right now, it's going to get hard and harder because when he gets older and older, the nation of the single mothers, they have different tactics to make you go out of your mind. But when he grows up and sees the wicked forms of doctrine that's been happening, he's gonna come to you. So keep going, man.
Yes, sir. And everybody throw the one up,
that,
God, man, because this shit is real. It's hard out here. I had to wash my hands and move on, man, and for the better good. And that's what I'm doing is out here for now to spread awareness and the minority of people that's gonna roll with me, because like I said, these baby mama tears in all forms, colors, race. You seen one hoe, you seen them all, man. All men are going through this, and that's why I'm putting it out there. That's why you can have people come to these bitches' defense, make excuse for 10-year-olds and shit like that. But let me continue on. We're gonna go on and play the video. But first I want to give a shout out to the Bell 5000 for the $5 donation. He said there's plenty of footage of BMTs doing what they do. Of course, I post it every day. It's been going on since before I even had a Facebook, YouTube and shit. And he also said it's always a sucker telling you not to believe what you see and hear. Sounds like police. Facts. I also want to give a shout out to the Red Pill Awakening Mindset. Please subscribe to him, man. He's doing the Lord's work as well. He did a $5 donation. He said supporting, showing love, and I appreciate you also, my brother. You can't make this shit up. My brother who's who 10-year-old daughter disrespectful, he's here. He actually texted me on my phone. He's watching, but he work and do his thing. So he's here. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and we're gonna dissect this shit. If y'all hear something that's in the chat, they want to say, hey, hold on, I want to say something about it, you're more than welcome, because you know I am. So let's get this started. This is the video that went viral where the father was getting disrespected by his 10-year-old daughter. A lot of y'all saw what I showed y'all in the comments from Amanda Seals, and yesterday with Earthquake and old boy, he worked for Cosby Show. A lot of people saying that, oh, it's something that he did, and he must not be a father. Then even mentioned something about some goddamn molestation and shit. Who the fuck, the first thing they say is the mother or the father is molesting this little girl because she ain't talked to him and talking the way she talking. Who the fuck had that different, some type of mindset unless they ain't being molested? That's some fucked up shit. I want to give a shout out to Ricky Manna for the $5 donation. He said, thank you for what you're doing. Hope this helped with the child support, but fuck child support. LOL. Hell, facts. Fuck child support. You know what I'm saying? But let's get this started.
Hello?
I don't want to talk.
But dang, how you doing today?
Good, I don't want to talk.
Why you always tell me that?
Because I don't like talking to you. I don't like talking to you.
But you won't even let me ask the question before you try to answer.
You just said, how are you? You just said, how are you?
Oh my goodness, Demi, why you so rude to your daddy?
I don't like talking to you.
But that doesn't give you a reason to be rude. You gotta honor your mother and your father, sweetheart.
Okay, I don't want to talk.
I get that much, but you don't have to be rude about it.
I said I don't want to talk.
I know that. I heard you the first 4 times, but you still need to stop being rude. That's the whole thing about it.
I'm telling you something and you're not listening.
Because I'm the parent, you can't tell me nothing. That's the thing.
I can express my feelings.
You definitely can, but you can do that without being rude as well. That's the whole thing. That's the key.
Okay,
you don't be rude and you don't be disrespectful. Okay, but you don't have to talk over me either. But you don't have to talk over me. So if you don't want to talk and you're going to talk over me, you could just be quiet and let me say what I got to say. You get that from your mama.
All right. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing I see you shouldn't have said when he said you get it from your mama. I know why he said it, because it's true. But bringing up the baby mama tears, it ain't worth it. We already know where it's coming from. We already know where she's talking, where it came from. Yeah, I agree. When people in the chats were saying that he shouldn't have put that out there, and I don't like that. I agree with that. Even though, yeah, you get that from your mama. Yeah,
that made me explode inside, dude.
Yeah, her mom, and even Chocolate, female woman, her mom did that. It's obvious. But I want y'all to hear what Mr. Let Go got to say about this. Now, before I said it, but you heard what he was saying. He's trying to talk to her. He said, "I just want to talk to you, sweetheart," and he let her know, you got to honor both mom and father. Ain't nobody looking none of that shit. He's saying that, you know, it's how you say things. It ain't what you say, it's how you say things. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. Everybody was saying that she has the right to express herself. She has the right to have space and not talk to you and shit like that. That's why I don't get mad. That's why I tell y'all, if you're happy, wash your hands and move on.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, man, for cutting you off. Man, this is and women, because I know this happens too, you have to basically keep calm, because this is another tactic, and I'm going to show you what the other tactic is. Now, they will record you on this phone while you're having a conversation with them. And anytime you may slip up, or anytime that you may say something that's out of the blue, that's somewhat disrespectful to her mindset, she's going to use that in the courts. So please learn how to just, hey, sometimes silence is golden.
Right. Hey, cliffhanger. You might got the YouTube on and SoundCloud. Got the YouTube off.
Okay.
Because I'm hearing double. That's why it's coming up double. But let's hear what Mr. Let Go got to say.
I have a whole lot to say about this. I commented in the comments under the Savoy show saying, like, this guy is a crappy parent, and this is the problem with parents, right? So I got a whole lot of people in the comments like, what is wrong with you? You must not be a parent. Blah, blah, blah. She's disrespectful. Let me tell y'all something. This man is a terrible parent. And some of you might say, why? I'm about to tell you why. The first thing is this. The little girl was not disrespectful at all. I listened to it like 8 times. The girl specifically said, I don't want to talk. And then he said, hey, how are you? And she said, fine. I don't want to talk. And he's like, why are you being disrespectful? I'm trying to ask you a question. And she literally said, I answered your question. Now I don't want to talk. I don't like talking to you. This is the reason why this man is pure trash.
Now, you heard what he said. He's pure trash because when she said she didn't want to talk and he asked her the question, then she said it again. But then by him keep asking the question, that make him trash. Now, let me ask you a question. If I call any one of y'all phones, what normally a person says? Because if you call my phone, I'm going to say hello. Now, when y'all get a phone call, don't y'all usually say hello? I ain't talking about somebody call you and it's your home, but you know who it is. Hey, what's up, fam? And all that. But I'm just saying, you say hello, don't you? I'm asking everybody. Yes, no. You know, when somebody call your phone, that first thing you say is hello.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. So did she say hello?
Nope.
Nope. And she was disrespectful.
Right. And I'm finna put it like that. The first thing she said when she picked up that phone was, I don't want to talk. So that right there was rude and disrespectful.
This guy here looks like the type that if one of my friends called me up and said that he was having a problem with his baby mama terrorist boyfriend, that I'd jump in the car and end up, whooping his ass or running around the corner so I don't get arrested.
Hey, Ramil just came up in the building, man. Shout out to Ramil. I just put the link in for Ramil if you want to chime in, man. But if not, please subscribe to this brother. He's definitely doing the Lord's work. He was just doing this live talking about vegan and health. And that's something they need to definitely be out here in the manosphere and to the world. Shout out to you, Ramil. Please subscribe. Y'all ain't already subscribed.
Link in the room so I can subscribe to him. You know I'm all about that fitness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, first thing you do when you call somebody, you say hello. So like I said, you off the top talking about, she said she didn't want to talk. Oh, she didn't have to answer the phone at all then. If that's the case, but let's continue. But she said he trashed because he kept asking questions and whatnot. And she said what she said. It should have been as soon as she answered the phone and said, I don't want to talk, you should have said, okay, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. No, don't no 10-year-old disrespect me. I don't give a fuck how nice she says things, because it's the tone. Sometimes what she was talking was the tone. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people actually believe that a 10-year-old have the right to say they don't want to talk, they don't want to be bothered, they don't want to do shit. And you supposed to say, okay, all right, well, I'll come back in an hour and see if you're okay. No, it don't work that way. My parents didn't allow that shit. Ain't no way I could disrespect my father, say I don't want to talk. I don't feel like getting up. I don't want to go. I don't want to clean my room. I don't want to get up out the bed. Are you crazy?
If I'm not living in the home and I call the house,
right,
and the child is that disrespectful, I want to know what kind of bug was put in their ear or what kind of danger are they in where they're scared to talk to me.
100%. But a lot of these stupid ass niggas is coming out talking about, oh, must be child molestation. Or it's what he do? Maybe he went around, he just trying to come back in the pitch, Amanda Seals ass niggas. So that's what I'm saying. Instead of what this little girl is doing, and where she's obviously talking like a grown up, because I want to hear what he got to say, and then I'll let MPI chime in. Check this out.
You trying to go viral off of your child? Why are you recording your conversation with your daughter, and why are you putting it out on social media?
Now, Mr. Let Go, he do a lot of counseling, 101. They grown, and I'm sure they give him permission to put their content or their interviews or their counseling online. Aren't you trying to go viral? I mean,
my sentiments exactly.
I'm just saying,
everybody trying to go viral
about this shit. Let's be real about this shit. I'm not just putting my shit on here just to get a few views. I want my shit to go viral.
Yeah, my question is,
hey, you did numbers yesterday on World Star.
I did, but I'm just saying, but I'm doing it for it to go viral.
My question is this dude licensed to go into a form of counseling?
He's not a licensed life coach. He said when I talked to him, he said that the women who he counseled, he made transitions and he got results. And word of mouth is the reason why he get the following he do. And if that's the case, cool. But no, he's not like.
Okay, because what I hear is from this conversation, what he's doing, he is being a simp coach, but becoming a life coach. And the only reason I'm saying this is this dude does not know this man's situation. He does not know that maybe he gets phone calls of his mother, of his child trashing him, doing wicked things, or even his daughter saying things of that nature. So for him to say what he said, he's disqualified.
Okay, I agree to the fullest. But I want you to hear yourself. I want y'all to hear this for yourself. But like I said, who ain't trying to go viral if you trying to spread awareness? Even if you're doing it for the right cause, you're doing it to promote what you believe in. Even if you're pushing out what you want to change, it could be something that, like I say, I want to bring awareness. So yeah, I want to go viral, and I'm sure he hoped that one of his counseling go viral. You know what I mean? This brother wanted to spread awareness that his daughter's being manipulated, how his 10-year-old is disrespect him, and he's fighting constantly trying to be a father. When us told him to wash your hands, walk away. But yet, a lot of people don't know the story. But a lot of people really realize that this 10-year-old is talking like a grown-up. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let's keep listening to what he says.
What kind of father are you?
He's an alienated father, sir. He's an alienated father. And when they talk that, well, won't he fight in court? He ain't doing his best. He fights in fucking California.
Mr. Palmer, he sounds like a legitimate simple force. I'm sorry I came in a little late, but I'm just now chiming in. Is this one simple force of baby enabler terrorist?
He is. From my speculations, he is.
Shaking my head. And he trying to go viral, trying to be the ghetto Dr. Phil.
I don't know. Let's continue, man.
I think it's trying to go viral off his goddamn child. Mm-hmm. See, when I first seen it, I thought he was talking to his kid's mom. Sometimes people do that.
Now, I want you to hear what he said real clearly. I want y'all to hear it again before y'all say something. What he thought.
Viral off his goddamn child. See, when I first seen it, I thought he was talking to his kid's mom. Sometimes
the reason why he thought he was talking to the kid's mom is because the way that little girl was talking like an adult. Then a lot of y'all, if y'all weren't paying attention or even read what the title said, like he was talking to a grown-up, because how she was responding, reacting, how she was saying the shit she was saying, because I know 10-year-old talks like this or even supposed to talk like this. Am I lying or am I talking outside of my mouth?
People like him is why Southern guys carry gasoline, shovels, and lime. Not making any terroristic threats, I'm just saying people like him is the reason, because somebody like that will get when you're trying to work things out with your family, get all in the way, but people like him is why Southern people are like, up in arms.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But he said he thought that he was talking to the baby mama. And it ain't and of course, now it probably deflected. Well, I thought that's who we was trying to set up. Nah, you knew when you was hearing the way that little girl talk, because a lot of people was like, is that his baby mama? A lot of people couldn't believe how young she was talking the way she was talking. But let's continue.
Sometimes people do that. You record your kid's mom so you can take it to court, or you want to prove that the baby kid's mom is abusive or something like that. This is his whole daughter. You've never seen videos of my daughters, because my daughters, guess what? Say, Daddy, I don't want you to put me on social media.
Okay. But one, I believe you have older daughters. So like I said, at a certain age, you do respect certain boundaries. And for two, you have your daughters, or you have a relationship with your daughters, or you're around your daughters, or you raise your daughters, you and the mother still together, y'all parent together, however. But
man, that shit don't work.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just talking about I'm going off of his experience, because he's going off. See, a lot of people go off like me. Again, I tell y'all before, I don't have a criminal record. I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail. But I'll be a dumb motherfucker to sit back and tell y'all that, nah, y'all going to jail because y'all is not complying to these police officers. There's something that y'all ain't do that I know, because I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been arrested. So I'll be a dumb motherfucker talking about some, nah, Mr. O, it's something you did up there in Inglewood. Nah, you one of them. You see what I'm saying? Like, what nerve would I have to say just because I never went to jail that the police is not crooked or the police in this system is not systematic racist? So come on, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. Just because I'm in this location doesn't mean I'm a criminal.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove, but that don't mean I've been to jail 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I should have, but I never got caught. That's all.
Mr. Palmer.
Hey, you know, the blue and whites get mad at me when they run my name and they say, like, dang, how you living in Inglewood all your life and got no record? I say, because I know better and do better.
Stereotype.
Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, Rick.
I've been sitting here listening to this guy, man. I can't, I'm gonna get ready to go to the shooting range now, man. I got to get that. Just listening to the Semper Force makes me need to go put some bullets down range. I can't. I understand. Oh, people like that, because you heard my story before. So people like this, man. If he had said something like that to my face, I'd probably put hands on him. I understand. But yeah, it's been real, guys, man. Y'all take care, keep your heads up, and just a word of encouragement to anybody that's listening. I thought all hope was gone. I never would have thought that I would have had the relationship with my kids that I have now. I would have thought that I would have never been financially free like I am now. So you guys keep your heads up. I mean, shit changes overnight. I mean, for real. So you just never know when that day may come or that night may come where you wake up. Right. And, the situation's changed. And, even though I'm not a Christian, I still believe in God, and God works in mysterious ways. I believe that a lot of us went through what we went through so we can actually counsel other people on how to deal with these situations. And you do a phenomenal job. I mean, your channel grown in the last 4 months, like exponentially. So you're on it, man. Yeah, and that's why I look at my situation as a sacrifice. So to put it out there, I mean, Jesus was able to do it. You can't make this shit. I want to give a shout out to John Henry for the $10 donation. He said, respect to you and everybody in the panel with the fist. Appreciate you, my brother. So yeah, let's continue.
So I'm like, all right, cool. This dude done went viral off of his own child against her will. I want you to.
Now, he said that it went viral against her will, but she's also disrespecting her father against her will. She's also being manipulated by the baby mama terrorists against her will. She's also being forced to hate his side of the family against her will. And I'm gonna show that after we show this video. And the brother did text me. The brother is watching the video, you know what I'm saying, but he's working, how he out there, he's self-employed, he doing his thing. And I'm gonna tell you what he texted me. He says, right, when the video first started, the 10-year-old answered the question. She answered with the question, why don't you want to talk? That's what he said. She said, because I don't want to, which isn't an answer as to why. So even he's saying this. He's saying she did not answer the question. He said, why you don't want to talk? She said, because I don't want to. And you're right. That does not answer the question. This is the brother right here, FaZe, the one who, the father of the 10-year-old. He said, she said, because I don't want to. And you're right. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. And then he said, then I tell her she doesn't have to be rude, which she was simply by her tone of her voice. 100%. She was rude by her tone of her voice. You don't have to say fuck you nigga to be rude or disrespectful. You don't have to say kiss my ass if you don't like. You know how I do. You don't have to, I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. You don't gotta do all that to be rude. Sometimes your tone, sometimes your demeanor, sometimes what you look, your looks. You know what I'm saying? So just because she ain't get loud and outrageous don't mean she wasn't disrespectful and rude. Also, he said, oh, okay, that's the other thing. I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, so, but like I said, this brother been going through this for years. Yes, God bless Reverend X. Let's continue.
Think about it. If he was to say, honey, can I play this conversation on social media? What do you think she would have said? She would have said, no, daddy. So that's the first thing, trying to go viral off his child.
You heard what he said? He said, if he would have said, check this out. Let's say that again.
She would have said, no, daddy. So that's, can I play this conversation on social media, what do you think she would have said? She would have said, no, daddy. So that's the first thing, trying to go viral off his child.
I didn't know I had to ask my 10-year-old for anything, though. I didn't know that.
This dude is a 100% simp, man. Like, straight up. No, I know you get it. I know you get it.
We're gonna learn from this.
Yeah. He's 100% showing that he is trying to be the Derek Jackson of the life coaching of the situation. You can't be simping and then try to be pro helping out fathers at the same time, man. Pick a side.
Well, he don't like Derek Jackson.
Well, he's doing a good job copying him.
Yeah, he don't like Derek Jackson. He said he's living a false lie, which, we caught him up. He got caught up with that shit, but I mean, he don't like Derek Jackson. So I ain't gonna say he like him. He don't fuck with Derek Jackson, not at all. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, let's continue what he say. He says that, ask for permission. Like I said, I never knew I had to ask my 10-year-old for permission. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. There's certain things you'll ask your kid on certain things, but it ain't got nothing to do with no grown-up shit. You know what I mean? You might say, I consider what color gym shoes you want. You might say, well, I want red. Well, I thought you looked better in black. Well, nah, daddy, I like red. And then you might say, okay, I respect that. So I'll get the red. See what I'm saying? Certain things. And it depends on the age. It also depends on the age. A 10-year-old don't have shit to say. No, but let's continue.
The second thing is this. Children deserve autonomy. If you don't know what autonomous is, go look it up. Children deserve autonomy, okay? Children deserve the right to say, I don't want to talk. And if a parent, whether you're a mom or whether you're a dad, if you fix your goddamn mouth to say, I'm the parent and you can't tell me what to do, you are a piece of shit parent.
So what do y'all think about that? He says that you don't have that right to tell me what to do as a parent. And he said, if you really think that, then you're a piece of shit as a parent. No, it's not Kurt Franklin. Go ahead, Cliffhanger.
I'm going to give you a certain situation from my personal experience because it's the same thing that happened. My child's 13 years old. My child, and I'm going to let y'all know, I have two white women from two children for two different white women. Mm-hmm. All right. My daughter, that's 13 years old, got on the phone, disrespected me. I recorded it. Called me a nigger in the phone. You know what I did? I basically said, get your parents on the phone. Because the thing is,
this your son?
My daughter, my 13-year-old daughter called me a nigger on the phone, and her parents and her mother and her mother's boyfriend was right in the room listening to that listening. Now, I'm saying to you is this: a 10-year-old cannot dictate of when she wants to speak. No, I'm your father. If I'm going to speak, I don't give a damn if it's Hurricane Katrina. I don't give a damn if it's fucking a SWAT team. If I'm on the phone, I'm talking, you need to listen. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what I'm providing for you. You don't know if I'm providing you food, shelter, income, because at the time, you don't know what he's doing. So she should give him the respect to basically listen to him, even though she doesn't want to hear it. And I think this is another instance of how women use their children to manipulate and use them to hurt their fathers. This is why the reason why the mental health rate is up to an all-time high. This is the reason why depression is on an all-time high, because you have to deal with this different type of bullshit each and every single day, especially when it goes down with these ain't shit bitches.
Let me ask you a question, brother. How old was the little girl when she said that shit?
She was 13.
So she was 13. She called you the N-word. Of course, somebody had to tell her to do it, or she got to hear it from a lot of people or somebody in the house, right?
Absolutely. No, she learned. She learned because here's the thing. You got to realize, man, I'm from the South. I got my father's a retired pastor. My mom is a retired correctional officer. So the way I taught her is, hey, there's respect. There's different levels of respect, and you got to go and respect those levels, especially when it comes down to those ages. You know, if I'm in the 30s and 40s and 50s, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. show some respect. But when you come out here and you basically just said what you said and you start insulting me, yes, I took a phone. I recorded all the shit. Yes, I put cameras all around my house. So when your ass comes to my house and I see what I see, and you do what you do, and you want to go ahead and try to call the laws or the judges on me, I'm gonna pull this recording up and show you all the little shit that you did. Because at the end of the day, they're all weaponized. They're all weaponized to pull stunts against you.
Now let me ask you this: when she called you the N-word, did you talk to the baby mama terrorist?
Oh yeah. And
What was they behind that?
She just yelled and said she could say whatever she wants to say and she could do whatever she wants to do. And I said, and I start looking at myself and I start thinking to myself, I'm saying, you're in poverty. The mother's in poverty. I said, it's kind of a shame that not only you wasted your white privilege, but you wasted the opportunity to teach your child about different racial, the race situation. Now my daughter's going to be 18 years old, and she's going to figure that it's cool to say the things that she said. Now, she's going to get a rude awakening when somebody from a different race, let's say Mercedes or LaQuisha, whatever the case may be, say what she needs to say. They're going to pop it in her motherfucking mouth. So I'm just going to sit back and just eat my popcorn and be like, now do you want to listen?
Now, let me ask you this. How do you feel if somebody say, man, you was wrong for recording, you should have recorded because she had a right to speak her mind because, you got to give kids that freedom of speech?
I'll say, does she have the freedom to get a job at 10 years old? Is she working at 10 years old? Is she paying the bills at 10 years old? I don't think she's doing that. Number one, I will tell them, hey, this is my business, and you might want to stay away from my business. Number two, I'll say that you don't know where I've been through, and you don't know the situation that levels me to take a phone call and record it, because you don't know that this man is probably going through his last wit's end, and he has to show proof to make sure that he shows the courts that, hey, I'm not making this up. Here's the proof right here. So for the guy to say, hey, you ain't supposed to record nobody, fuck you. I'm going to record and I'm going to basically replay it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to put that shit on chop and screw if I need to.
Yeah, appreciate you for telling that. See, that's why it need to be out here, because people will sit back and say these kids have the right to say what they want to say because we got to be their fucking friend. Who the fuck? That's why I said a lot of these kids are fucked up because they're allowed to be friends with their parents and be cool and all that shit. But then when you want to be a parent, they don't take you seriously. Now you talking about why he disrespected me. You can't make this shit up. I want to give a shout out to Firebrand Central. Firebrand Central for the $5 donation. He says, cook these baby mama tears, Mr. Palmer, and show I will. Shout out to you, my brother. Ringside with LCD. What's good, bro?
What's happening with y'all, man?
What's going on today? Get off the couch.
I feel you, man. I was listening to Mr. Lego trash this father off of this clip, right? But just like all these women in the comments, were saying like, well, what happened? We don't know what happened. Same thing on the flip side of that, Mr. Lego, like he over here passing judgment and he don't even know the whole story. So he just like these dumbass baby mama terrorists voicing his opinion. Sound like to me he ain't raised no children in his life, or he didn't have a father in his life, because anybody with common sense could see that child like disrespectful. It might, however she feel about her dad, it don't give you the right to disrespect your dad, bro. That's just like these women, you dealing with them, you know what I'm saying? However they feel about you, don't give them the right to talk to you crazy, to burn your shit up because they can't get you to do what you want to do. That's the same shit these women do. And that pissed me off when I was listening to it. I was like, come on, bro. How you going to be objective but biased at the same time? That shit don't make no sense.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why these women, first, now he's giving the little girl no accountability. He's putting it on the father. But what about the mother? What about the little girl? See, that's why I don't like these niggas. Excuse my friend. That's why I don't like these motherfuckers, dog, because they be so full of shit. All you got to do is listen to them. You know what I'm saying? You listen to them create this narrative or this point of view when here are the facts, dog. The facts is So what if he put his child on viral? I know why he did that shit, because he want other motherfuckers to see what's going on and the shit he got to deal with. I got 2 cell phones, cuz one of them, whenever my ex used to come over here, bro, I used to record. I used to press record on my voice recorder because nobody was believing this shit that I was talking about, especially women.
Exactly, brother. Funny that you say that, man, because like people like Perfect Blackness, he got his whole house cameras, because he got tired of getting falsely accused. So you can't make this shit up,
bro.
Yeah.
Listen, my ex had like a 11, 12-year-old kid, right? Now, mind you, I've been knowing this child since she was 1. Matter of fact, when I met her mama, she had just turned 1. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to 11. She in my house. Her aunt is sleeping on the couch. My girl's in the bedroom sleep. I'm up, and I'm trying to get this kid to clean up after herself. And she turns around and yells at me in my own fucking house, dog. So immediately I was pissed off, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, but if you don't want me to yell at you, you better act fucking right. So she started boohoo crying, right? And her sister, her auntie woke up, was like, hey, shut the fuck up. Why are you yelling? I'm trying to sleep, right? Fast forward 2 days later. 2 days later, her mom comes to me and tells me, why did you yell at my kid? My sister said that you was yelling at my fucking kid. Like, I don't understand. I'm like, how the fuck did that shit flip-flop like that so quick? I'm like, well, your sister's a motherfucking lie. You know what I'm saying? So, well, my sister, I'm telling you, your sister's a lie. What, you got a decision to make. Because you're in my house.
Exactly. So that means when she got loud and said she didn't want to do this shit, you gonna say, okay, well, I'll come back later and let me know an hour if you feel like it, right?
Hey, listen, facts. Because like after that, I was like, I see where this is going. So whenever they ask me to do some shit, if I got something, I was like, nah, I can't do that. Why not you? I was like, because I got shit to do. Right. If you don't trust my word, you know what I'm saying? When I'm telling you about your kids,
why would you me around?
Don't trust my word all around. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't trust me to get your car or something fixed. Don't trust. I was like, you can't have it both ways, man. And I'm steadfast, bro. She left. She was like, man, she left. Too much. I'm not too much. It's no accountability on your part and your family's part. That's why you know what I'm saying? That's why you want to run up out of here, because you can't take the reflection in the mirror. Not me. Everything I give you, everything you say I did it. Now, can we have a conversation about making shit right? No, it's never that. She even got her little sister to come, PhD and everything, African American studies, to come on her birthday to my house to try to start a fight with me. Now, this college educated motherfucker, right? College educated motherfucker gonna tell me in my own house, my girlfriend's son was disrespecting everybody. And I was like, hey, bro, you grounded. You gotta go. It's nothing but grown folks in here. Carry your ass to the room. Now, because I talk like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm toxic. She started going, I'm tired of this toxic male masculinity and this is shit and that. You can't be talking. I was like, TT, we can have a conversation, but give it to me how you want it. Right then and there, she started boohoo crying, bro. Y'all know why she started crying? Can anybody figure out why she started crying?
No, tell us.
Because my girlfriend running her fucking mouth, she had it in her mind, I'm gonna start a fight with him and I'm gonna throw this male toxic feminist bullshit on him, and he ain't gonna know what to do. Now, mind you, if you educated only in the educational system, you are truly uneducated. I got world education, fam. I done been to different countries, and I done seen how all walks of life live, from the poor to the wealthy. So when I come back to America, see, she don't know this. She don't know me. She don't even know who the fuck I am like that. So I killed the fight right from the rip, and she had nothing to argue about, because I told her, first of all, you in my house. You want me to talk to you a certain way? Just give it to me how you want it. She couldn't do it. Boo-hoo crying, because she had it in her mind. That's what these women do. They create these scenarios in their head. He gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. He gonna say that, and then I'm gonna hit him with this. That shit ain't gonna work with me, because I'm a man. I'm gonna nip that shit soon before it even start. And she ran out the house boo-hoo crying. And then I looked at my girlfriend and said, this is your fault, because you could have stopped this shit at any time, but you got to stay on code, right? You know what I'm saying? You know she wrong, but you ain't gonna say shit. But when I say shit, I'm wrong. But you gonna let your sister disrespect me in my house. So now I'm gonna be on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Behind that shit.
You can't handle the truth.
That's exactly what that is. I want to give a shout out to Sir Ism. He said salute to the panel and the channel. Did that rhyme? Yes, it did. My brother.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to the panel and the channel. Did that fine.
Now, Mr. Palmer, check this out. Fast forward to present day. Not a little dude, you know, got a girl. She talking about she pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And he a teenager. He like 17. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she telling me, I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. I told you when you was supposed to be buying them socks in the store when he was fucking 8. Hey, like you creating a monster. I don't want to hear nothing now. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me now. I don't have no dog in this fight. I'm over here happy with my kids, y'all. With nobody pregnant over here, I ain't even got to worry about that shit. You know, I don't want to hear it.
Hey, Cliffhanger, you wanted to respond?
Man,
How come I'm not seeing the
man,
comments?
I wish you had the Florida Evans damn.
Oh, fucking right.
Man,
I'll try to find it.
Secondly, man, I want to say this. The other reason why I guess the baby mom and the sister was basically acting like, oh, there's this toxic masculinity, is because you are displaying the traditional form of how masculinity was supposed to be interpreted in the family household. When, hey, look, we're men. We have testosterone. You know what I'm saying? The way if we have boys and we're raising them, there's certain ways that we raise boys, just like there's certain ways that we raise women. You know, so sometimes, you know, you may have to give a little bit of a soft titty tat to some girls, and sometimes, man, you might have to go, you know, a little hard on your sons once in a while. But the biggest thing is that she was mad because you run your household the way it's supposed to be ran. And for her to come out here and try to bring her sister out there to try to tag team you, and you just shut that down quick, shows you, man, that hey, you're a general in your household. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these little women come out here and try to talk the way they talk, and especially into a household. Also, I will say this. We will say is basically the reason why they talk the way they talk to is because they will go ahead and switch up. I think really at the end of the day, I think women have a lot of mental health problems, because one day they'll be happy, a couple seconds later they'll snap back up in here and start crying and say, oh, I've been hurt, I've been mentally abused because this man went hard and butt for no, fuck all that shit. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to the panel. We got 147 people, 144 likes. I did get a third dislike, and that's cool. You know, so you know I gotta show love for the third dislike. You know, I'm gonna give a shout out to you because you didn't have to do a dislike at all.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Yeah, I appreciate you to the fullest. Shout out to Rev Next for that. I also want to give a shout out to Lawrence Seal for the $5 donation. He said my 15-year-old used to give me crap and didn't want to acknowledge me until I was spending my money on her. Then I became daddy. She was angry at me for nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what they be doing, man. Shout out to you, my brother, Lawrence Seals, one more time. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, but let me go ahead and play and let's finish, you know, what Mr. Lego had to say.
Because your child is a person before she's your daughter or he's your son. He's a goddamn person. She's a goddamn person.
So the 10-year-old or 5-year-old, whatever's a person before they're your child. What y'all got to say about that?
It's a fucking role in the family. We all persons, man. Like, no shit, cuz, like, for real. Talk some shit we don't know. Yes, we're all people. It's a fucking family, but everybody got their role in the family. And my role in the family is disciplinarian, leadership, teacher, security. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my role. Your job as a child is do what the fuck I say. That's that, period, point blank. And if you can't do what I say, well, you need to go live somewhere else. It's just that. And listen, but I'm all for. I took my kids like when their mama died, bro. You know what I'm saying? They were all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? It was years and years of therapy. I had to go to therapy too, just to learn how to handle this kind of stuff. And I'm coming off of PTSD from multiple combat tours. So nobody gave a shit about what I was going through. I just had to put it on the back burner and continue to play my role, you know, while trying to find time to get the help I need. But I didn't make no excuses. I went in there. I knew what I had to do. I did it. They, you know, nobody liked how I was doing things because they thought oh, you know what? You need to let even my dad, bro. My dad was like, hey, Ray, man, you on them kids? Ease up. I say, nah. You see, you only down here for a week. You don't understand all the shit I got to undo from their mama, right? So my kids go stay with my dad for the summer a couple years ago, and my brother. They both was telling me I'm too hard on, right? I get a call back, man. What the fuck is wrong with with my oldest son? What the fuck is wrong with Jerice, man? I say, man, I tried to tell you, bro. Like, man, he want, man, like, give me something. You know, he just fucking up. I say, I tried to tell you, I don't want to hear this shit now. You know what I'm saying? You told me to ease up and this, that, and the third, but like, as a father, you never can ease up if you don't manage little things. See, men know this. If you don't manage little things turn to big things, and then once they big things, you're out of control. Now you're gonna have to cut your arm off to save your leg, some shit like that. Right. That's what these women don't understand, and nobody really understand what these fathers over here trying to do the best they can for their kids while they mama telling them stories, you know, trying to get you on their side, you know, just trying to make you look bad and sound bad to other people. But the people that know you, sooner or later they see the truth and like, wait a minute, no, you fucked that up. That's a good dude over there. I see this dude, you know what I'm saying, doing what he's supposed to do, but that woman still, she gonna find a way she gonna make up something to make you look bad that ain't even got shit to do. Well, if that was the case, why was it you, Mr. Palmer, played a video where a dude said somebody on here was saying like my baby ain't got no diapers and no food?
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that, dog? Like, for real, your babies ain't got no diapers, no food, but you got a nice weave and your nails done. I don't understand.
A hair crown.
How come we can't hold these women accountable like they hold us accountable for shit that we ain't even did, you know, maybe 10 years ago, but like, there's no accountability. This all go back to accountability, bro. If we were shaming these hoes like they did back in the day, you know what I'm saying, making like a single mom with, you know, having babies before you get married, if that, who made that the norm? It wasn't men.
Society. The baby mama terrorists, grandma baby boomer. These civic forces, these Pookies and Ray Rays, and also feminism.
My nickname Ray, dog. Like,
hey man,
my name Ray. So you know,
but I'm just saying, you got
I get it.
All this shit, Hot Girl Summit, Black Girl Magic, and all this shit. Yeah, you know.
Bro, the other day I'm on Instagram, right, and I see it's some type of dance challenge, right? It's the reels. I'm watching them. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching these chicks twerk, and I see the babies in the background, you know, head on the floor, popping their little ass. I'm like, that kid can't be no more than 2 years old, but can pop their ass. Like, come on, bro. Bro, this next generation is lost. I feel sorry. They gone, bro.
Yeah, that's why I say straight up, I don't believe in that equal rights shit, because if you're telling me that you have the authority to do the Bust It challenge and you get yourself 5-10 million followers and make an income, I mean, honestly, I don't believe in that equal rights shit. Also, to get to your situation, homie, I'll say like this. I had a situation like this. My daughter comes into the spot one day. We sat down. We had a conversation, right? We had a conversation because she was saying some shit that she ain't supposed to be saying. I basically checked her out. So before I did that, I had her sit on one side of the room. I sit on another side of the room. I told her, I said, hey, man, look, take your cell. I don't want you to have on your cell phone. We're going to have this talk. We had this talk. We expressed the situation. And I'm going to tell you what happened. She flipped on me. She started yelling, screaming, saying she was being abusive, but she was over here, had her head on the phone. Now, keep in mind, I had my recorder. I had my cameras all over my house. I had that shit recorded. So right when I took the phone out of her hand, because I said, now give me your phone, because we're not going to go through this shit. She calls her mom. And well, during the thing, she texts her mom. I get a knock on my door, police officers, and said, oh, they looked up and looked into the situation and said, is everything all right? I said, yeah, everything is all right. And I said, don't let me guess. It was her mom, wasn't it? Yeah. He said, okay, sorry, sir. You have yourself a good day. They left the house, and I went, man, 8-ball MJG hard on her ass. And I said, woman, go to your fucking room right the fuck now. And this is what we're saying right now. There's some mental health issues that's going on. And for you, man, that you went to counseling because you were dealing with grieving because their mother died. I respect that. But dealing with a counseling regarding a girl that's going through emotional standpoints and all this shit, and she's being weaponized, I can't see counseling for that. I think it's just she needs to be around a man for a couple years, be around her father for a couple years. She'll come back straight. But right
And
now,
not be
man,
able to talk to the baby mama terrorists too.
hell
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, most of these women, you know, in my experience, I'm only speaking in my own experience, my own anecdotal experience. Like, they don't like when you're trying to help them out, man. They think you criticizing them, dog, because they, you know, they didn't have a dad, so they don't know that you coming from a place of love. They think you personally attacking them, and that's not the case. And then they try to, like you said, they 180 on your ass. You know, all of a sudden, you some kind of oppressor. And native, I had this woman tell me in conversation, why are you asking me so many questions? I feel like I'm in an interrogation. I was like, you could walk up and leave anytime. Ain't nobody holding a gun to your head. You know, quit with that bullshit. Oh, that's why I can't talk to you. You always got to question what I'm saying. I was like, because you're not genuine. You lying. You lying. I didn't do nothing to this kid.
Tactic.
I didn't do you. Nobody told you I did nothing. That shit just made up some kind of way in thin air. Now all of a sudden everybody mad at me and nobody know what happened. They mad at me and don't know nothing. Why is that? Because somebody running their fucking mouth.
Exactly. Face, you had something to say?
Yeah, I'm gonna make 2 quick points and then I gotta go. But when I was listening to this guy talking, and the problem with that is he's using a lot of pedophile talking points. I don't know if he realizes that's what he's doing, but that's exactly what he's doing. And that's the problem with a lot of these people who are backed by the liberal agenda. He said autonomy for a child. Dissect what that really means. So a child should be independent and separate from the protection of who? A parent, primarily a father.
Make no sense.
That's something only a pedophile would go for, number one. And number two, you got to realize women use words the way that men use their fists. So she can't physically beat you into doing what she wants you to do. So a lot of these words they use, and a lot of their talking points are parroted. They're trained how to use their words to manipulate men, which is the same as a man using his fist to get a woman to do what he wants. Now, if that was the case, they would put men in jail for that, but they don't put women in jail for doing that to men.
Facts. Let's continue playing.
And they have the right to not want to talk. I see this shit on a normal basis. Damn stupid ass parents not respecting their children's boundaries.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer, could you pause it for a second?
He's speaking about children, parents not respecting their children's boundaries, but don't that door swing the other way too? What about the child respecting their fathers or their parents' boundaries, dog? Like, speak on that. See, that's what I'm talking about. This whole shit be pissing me off because this is supposed to be a man talking right here. Man, he act like he ain't got no fucking sense, man. And truly, I'm embarrassed, man, because like that's my brother over there that's lost. I'm like, bro, that shit works both ways. So,
right, but that's
if it works
also a tactic. Look at the sweater that he's wearing.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. So what doesn't matter?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's subliminal messaging. So this guy needs to be. We need to really do a deep dive on what he's saying and what he's actually doing, because he's projecting an image. What he's saying is it doesn't matter. Basically, it doesn't matter what behavior the mother's conducting if she can't be held accountable. But then at the same time, he's trying to say that the father should be accountable for documenting the behavior of the mother and the child. Because again, this is parental alienation.
But that's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what the father doing. He's video documenting his daughter's behavior.
Right.
And this simp ass dude, right?
Go ahead.
Like
the simp dude who's doing the video, he's trying to protect the narrative of
facts.
The mother can do no wrong. It doesn't matter if the mother's manipulating a child. The father shouldn't have. The father shouldn't have documented so he could prove that's what's happening. It should have just been.
That's my point.
He said, she said. And for you to wear that sweater saying it doesn't matter, you're trying to send subliminal messaging. Oh, the child can do what they want. Okay, sounds like pedophile talk to me. Oh, well, if a child decides, and look, what else he said? Don't ignore your child's feelings. And feelings is a different color from the rest of the message. Why is that? That wasn't done by accident. That's subliminal messaging. Because guess what? A feeling can change.
It is.
Which is why you don't allow children to make decisions for themselves. Because the child will make a decision without understanding the long-term effects and consequences. Then when they're stuck with those consequences, i.e. like a sex change, who's going to be there to pick up those pieces? And every mistake can't be undone. So there's a lot of subliminal messaging with his post, and we can't overlook that.
Not at all. Doesn't even matter at all. Let's see.
Even though
walking down the street and some dude try to talk to you and you say, I don't want to talk, and he keep following you, you know that feeling? Children have boundaries too.
Man, every time he talk, I get pissed off.
I don't want to be bothered, Mom. I don't want to be bothered, Dad. You let that damn child be to themselves. You who think this girl is disrespectful, it's a possibility that you're a piece of shit parent. And here's my third point.
So you're a piece of shit parent.
What makes it, Mr. Palmer? What makes him a piece of shit parent? Like, can you explain that? Because I can't figure it out.
I can't either, but I'm going off what he said. He said if you don't respect their boundaries, then you are a piece of shit parent. What you guys say, Jaylon?
This is just utter ridiculous. Like I don't like. What is wrong with these dudes? This is foolishness. It's 2021. Haven't we figured out that the best way to deal with kids is reward and consequence? This is why a lot of women, they grow up and they don't have respect for men because because these dudes cape for them and they don't know how to be men. They don't know how to punish their children. I'm so sick of these dudes simping on behalf of these females. They're not gonna do the same thing for you. They're not gonna cater to you like you cater to them. And this is why they're so out of control now. I don't understand these dudes. These dudes are just ridiculous. There's no benefit of simping. You're not getting anything out of it. This is
Man, look at this Kenny Smith
Absolute
ass nigga, man.
foolishness.
This Kenny Smith ass nigga was over here talking all this stuff about boundaries. Okay, if you have boundaries, here's a little tidbit. There are rules and regulations when they come down to boundaries. There in certain situations, yeah, I may give you your space, but if it comes down to the form of disrespect, those boundaries are completely taken out of the equation. And me, we're gonna have a talk and have a conversation about why you're talking to me like you're down the street. Now, I'm gonna say this as well. I know this brother just said previously that there's simps out there, but I'm gonna keep it funky with you, homie. There are also some animals out there because I saw a video a few months ago of this dude try to holler at a girl, and then the girl dissed him, and this motherfucker hit her ass with a fucking skateboard. Because here's the thing, they better watch out what the fuck they're doing, man. Because these guys right now, they're fucking being aggressive, and that's why we need more fathers in the fucking household.
Yep, and what you just said, the ones right there.
No sunshine. Ain't no sunshine. Anytime.
These little girls start now, disrespecting the father. They're gonna disrespect some dude on the street, but in this day and age, these dudes don't walk away. They're reactors. They don't think. They don't think before they react. They are reactors. They will beat your ass. They will beat your ass to death. They'll beat you with a skateboard and everything. Just because you said, nigga, I'm good. So you can't, that's what I'm saying. They in a whole new wave of these blue pill weak ass and most of son husbands. But these all come from the dude that hit the one with the skateboard. Best believe he came from baby mama terrorists who chose single motherism. Best believe that. I want to give a shout out to Clan Killer for the $2 donation. He said he's waiting for female audience for more views. Shout out to him.
He gotta be.
Also,
clout chaser.
Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to Raven Knight for the $10 donation. He said refill your cup, Judge Palmer. Appreciate you, my brother. And also we got Charlie Hustle up in the building. $5 donation. He said the bottom line with simple fusses like this is that as long as broken children grow up to be broken adults, he'll always be in business. 100% facts. Yes, when it's all said and done, yes, it is a fucking business. Let's continue to get this out the way.
Do you realize how truthful and honest children are? Children don't necessarily lie. Grown folks lie. right? We lie to protect other people's feelings. We lie when we do this. But children, they ain't lying about nothing because they don't give a damn. So when this girl tells him, I don't want to talk to you because I don't like talking to you, he did something to her. What? We don't know. Or he didn't do something with her. This little girl sounds like she's sick of this dude, and there's a possibility that he's a deadbeat dad.
There we go. There we motherfucking go. He's possibly a deadbeat dad. Again, a deadbeat is a person who don't pay their bills. If you want to use the logic that being a deadbeat is a person that don't pay child support, this father pays his child support. And also, if y'all want to use the definition of fathers not paying their kids, paying child support, let's go back to what I said in the beginning with the stories and the stats. 85% of men are on child support versus the 15% of women. 17% of the 85% do not pay their child support. Of the 15% of women who pay child support, only 51% pays their child support. So that means over 51% do not pay their child support. So over 50% of these baby mama terrorists do not pay their child support versus the 17% out of the 85% that does. And you call him a deadbeat. See, once somebody especially a man, start calling that deadbeat shit, right there, I already know that's that go along, get along train. And I have to go back to what some of y'all said. Yeah, more women views. Because to be honest with you, I would have actually thought that Mr. Let Go, since he's a life coach, I figured what he would have did, he would have reached out to this brother, had him on his show, and asked him why he do this, what's the reason, and go from there and probably give him some coaching or some counseling, knowledge, and stuff like that. But by him coming out with the daughter should have the right to say whatever, and she said what she had to say, and he should have hung up the phone, and he's a deadbeat. Yeah, I got a problem with that. That's one of these civil forces that be coming to these baby mama terrors defense.
Here I come to save the day.
And also, y'all remember what the baby mama terror said in the comments. I'm glad we got a man to stick up for us. So that means he'll get more likes, he'll get more views, he'll get more cash apps, more shine, and he'll get more subscribers. And like I told y'all before, I cannot lose my integrity to get some extra likes, shines, money, subscribers, because I'm not finna tickle a bitch chin to get that. I'm gonna come out with the truth, and the people who fuck with me, which is gonna be just a select few, I'd rather get the loyal support from them. Fuck the majority. That's some fucked up ass shit. But it ain't over yet. I want to give a shout out to Clan Killer for the $2 donation. He said, Mr. Let His Nuts Go dead. He ain't no life coach, bro. Shout out to Clan Killer. Let's continue, but he called him a deadbeat. Let's hear it again, though. Probably a deadbeat or whatever. Let's see.
Didn't do something with her. This little girl sounds like she's sick of this dude, and there's a possibility that he's a deadbeat dad.
Possibility.
Children don't be running around lying like grown people do. So when she says, I don't like talking to you, there's a reason why. And a lot of you ignore the reason why, even with your own children.
But the thing about it is,
just because you had,
the thing about it is he don't know the reason why. He's assuming that possibly he's a deadbeat. Ain't that what he said? He didn't assume that he was getting alienated. He didn't assume that this daughter's getting manipulated. He didn't assume that, the mother's in the ear, because if you listen to the end, somebody say something in the background was coaching her, if you really paid attention. But, you can't make this shit up. But these the ones that y'all get help from. These the one y'all worship. Because even a lot of his followers were saying, I support you, but on this one, I can't, fam. And I respect people. If you don't agree, you don't agree. A lot of people go along to get along, since it's going against their common enemy or some shit. Or since they do the go along, get along train. You just can't make this shit up. Yoga, what's up, bro? What you got to say, fam?
Hey, what's going on, Judge Palmer? Can you hear me, brother?
Loud and clear, man. Love that hat, man. Yeah, I hear you.
Appreciate it. All right, let me get into it. I've been watching, sitting back, and I see how all the brothers feel on the panel. They feel like this is some BS. Now let's touch bases on man, what man is. Man, and I'm gonna give the analogy real quick for everybody out there listening. Let's take a lion pride. A lion. You there with me, Judge Palmer?
Yep.
All right. A lion pride and a man. What makes a lion a lion? What makes a man a man? First off, the lion or the man is territorial. And that territorial brings protection to the lion pride. Any other male lions come into the area, they'll kill the lion cubs. They'll take other food, prey that's for that lion pride. So number one, the lion is territorial. And that territorial is a form. That's how men love what they're protecting, their women and their kids. So first off, you have to be territorial. That's the first thing. You're territorial. You don't want anybody to be able to come up on your daughter, your son, your ladies, your house, your home. So first off, you have to be territorial. And so that's the one of the number one keys to manhood. So the brother was being territorial, wanting to protect his daughter, different things like that. So any man that's out here on YouTube or in the real world telling you it's wrong for a man to be territorial about your seeds, your children, that man is looking to be able to prey on. He wants a situation where kids are not protected and not around territorial man, so they can be preyed on. They can be preyed on financially, physically, sexually, emotionally, spiritually. So I'm just putting that out there. Any man that's out here pumping, talking about some, yeah, you're too territorial with your kids. Well, on the lions territorial, on the ducks, aren't the ducks and geese at the park, when you come up on the little ducklings, won't the mama goose attack you and for her life? Isn't the mama bear and the father grizzly bear territorial? What is this imbecile talking about? He's anti-man, he's anti-life. I'm glad that you broke down the ignorance, the supreme crabs in the barrel. And that's the next piece that they need to go along with this boy love thing that they got in California with Hollywood and this pedophilia, Epstein rings. They're gonna try to put a lot of people on YouTube and make it seem like they grassroots, and they're gonna be pushing. Kids need their freedom. Kids don't need to be supervised and don't have parents. That's also these Kim Kardashian, Bruce Jenner guys that want to be trans this, these white men that want to go out and take your kids like they did in slavery and brook breaking. They tired of hiding it behind these sex clubs, behind these islands in the Caribbean, behind these adult sex shops that we've seen pop up all around our country here in the US. These white men tired of going behind these alleys and stuff and sneaking on these black internet to get our kids. Now they're gonna put people out here and make it seem like they grassroots. And they're gonna be talking about, oh, the kids need freedom. That's the whole pedophilia thing that they pushing. And they're gonna try to lower the age of consent here. And we're seeing the first stages of it, people. It's punks like this gonna get on YouTube and weave it into our situation, our family. We having a family struggle where black men want to be fathers to their kids, and he gonna come in and try to sneak in stuff like this and open up the door so the kids don't have protection, and he's going for that. So we see what's going on, and I'm saying it directly to him. That's why I took off my hat and my glasses so you can see my eyes. You out here talking about you don't want the kids to be protected. We know what you on. You on that Epstein LGBT shit, and they recruiting. The LGBT got to be recruit somewhere, y'all. Think about it. They got to recruit from somewhere. So they want our kids. So that's what I'm talking about. See, we the ticket from the child support situation, and this is what's up. He want it like that. That's all I'm gonna say. We peep that shit, bro. I hope you look at this video and peek back at the video.
Oh, he gonna look at it. He gonna look at it. He probably looking at it now. But he from Georgia too. He from Atlanta too.
Oh, he's a punk. He ain't no real guy down here. What's his full name? What's his name? What's the name of the show? I don't know his situation.
I don't know his name. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
he got YouTube.
I like to roll up on him. I'm right here in Decatur, right now on the east side. I would like to have a sit down talk live on the show with him and ask him, what does he mean? and ask them what does he mean by you can't your 10-year-olds, you need to let them have a right and too much space so they can go online on the internet, and a pedophile, a grown Caucasian man from anywhere over this planet is dressed up on the internet and got a fake profile picture like he a child. We watch How to Catch a Predator. We see that shit. We know how you white men sit up on the internet and try to shoot at little kids and fake profiles. So all the fathers, hell no, your 10-year-old don't need to be in a room by themselves with a telephone or the internet. And these white men know that. And that's why they're going to try to do all these laws and soften things up so they can start getting at our kids. And then when we go to kill their ass, when we go to retaliate, they're going to tell me, oh, it was consent. Oh, he was mentally ill. That's the new wave that's coming. And when we try to ride for our kids, they're gonna talk about, oh, he mentally ill. The consent age is lower. The kids have a right. We ain't all Dwayne Wade. We ain't all no sellouts like Dwayne Wade. I get my money from the mud. There's a lot of us get our money from the mud. So we ain't like Dwayne Wade. You ain't finna come out here and talking about you finna be raping our kids and all this shit, and the kids ain't protected. And you're gonna try to cover it up with a relationship talk. And you want to rebuttal because he not a good parent, he a deadbeat dad. No, you trying to be a pedophile. Talk like that. I don't know no father will ever talk like that. I don't give a fuck what generation we in. 1,000 years ago or 1,000 years in the future. It's gonna be the same. They talking like that. That's that pedophilia, and that's you know, I want to talk to that guy face to face and like interview him. But go ahead, Judge Palm. I done did too much.
No, you didn't. It's all good. Let's just continue. We'll see what the next letter on the alphabet will be next.
Your child owes you something. These children are people, and they deserve the same respect as a dude on the street or a woman on the street does. Some of y'all would respect some stranger in a damn Walmart line more than you would your own damn child. This little girl says, I don't want to talk. And he keeps damn talking. And he says, well, you don't have to talk over me. I'm not talking over you. I'm being respectful. I'm telling you over and over. Can you imagine if a dude trying to talk to you, even somebody in your family, they call you and you're like, yo, I'm just not in the mood to hear about the gossip of the family or whatever. I don't want to talk. Well, you don't have to talk over me. You'll be like, but I'm trying to be respectful, auntie. Trying to be respectful, mama. I don't want to talk. Then they say, you can't tell me what to do. You're like, mom, I just don't want to talk. As a grown-ass woman, how would you feel? I'm very upset from the comments under this video. There's so many comments where people are like, she's a disrespectful little girl. No, she's an unheard little girl.
See, he said that she's not a disrespectful little girl. She's an unheard little girl.
Sound like he trying to hear her too. Sound like he trying to hear her. Sound like he putting out a message to all the kids. And every kid is not going to like when your parents tell you it's time to go to bed at 8 p.m. So every kid going to pout and go to their room. That's a part of life. So he sent out a signal to all the kids that at any frustration against your family, I'm somebody to come on YouTube and I'm going to listen because you need to be heard. So he want to hear, he think 10 years old need to be heard. Yeah, they need to be heard by their parents.
Right, facts. Let's see what else. You can't make this shit up.
She's an unheard little girl. Nobody listens to this girl. And that's most likely the reason why she doesn't want to talk. Your child tells you that they don't want to talk. Listen to them. Even when your child isn't saying anything, listen to them. Your child will tell you everything you need to know, even when they're not even talking. But the bottom line is you have to listen to them. Stop treating your children like they don't have freaking rights. They have the same rights legally as you do.
Oh,
even
really?
If they're 7, 9, 12, 15.
And this is why, you remember the bullshit stigma when they came out telling kids, if you the parent whoop them, just call the police and we'll take care of that. When they started that shit, I think it was in the late 90s or the 2000s where they said you couldn't whoop your kids and all that shit, but the police could beat and kill our kids. You
Hey,
tell
he
me,
talking the pedophilia talking points right there. Those are the pedophilia talking points. Tariq Nasheed pointed this out. They got a little pedophilia thing that they trying to get laws pushed out in California. And those are the talking points that they use when they was trying to lobby to get the age, the consent age lesser. The same thing he just said. He was like, kids had a legal rights and such whatever age. That's the same thing that the pedophiles are talking. He seems like he talking directly from their website. They got this pedophilia correlation out in California, coalition. And Tariq Nasheed pointed that out. And also they same talking points. I'm glad you're doing this, Judge Palmer.
Hey, let's
Yep,
go
those
back
are the
again.
same. This is
Let's
what
go
he
back
said.
again.
He said,
Go ahead, yo.
replay that part where he talking about kids got rights. Play that.
Okay, because that dude, I remember that. They is coming out with trying to actually change the laws in California.
Exactly. That's the pedophilia. If you go to their website, he talking their same points. He might be a part of them or affiliated with them.
Let's play that. Let's play. And Taekwon say he Asian. Maybe he is an agent. Let's play that again.
Listen to them. Even when your child isn't saying anything, listen to them. Your child will tell you everything you need to know, even when they're not even talking. But the bottom line is you have to listen to them. Stop treating your children like they don't have freaking rights. They have the same rights legally as you do. Even if they're 7, 9, 12, 15. Stop treating your children.
Stop it.
You know what? I just thought about it. You know when you be seeing the transgender, when they had them little kids out there taking with them, and then
they've been going to the schools reading to them. Remember, Judge Joe Brown said that they send the transgenders to school to read to the kids. And you heard what he said. He said kids have the same right no matter what age they are. So when you try to have sex, if a transgender or a pedophile try to come on to one of our children, then that's going to be their legal defense. See, y'all peep what's going on, everybody. This yoga. I'm telling y'all, my antennas are up.
And you're right. And look, what they trying to say, they're gonna be able to say, well, he or she gave me permission. She got that right to say I wanted to. And don't even know what she's saying I want to. Too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. Now, so everybody listen now. Yoga pointing this out. Yoga pointing this out. This guy, they're sending people on YouTube and to make these people seem like they're grassroots, and they're gonna start talking the LGBT, the pedophilia talking points. When y'all start hearing these same talking points over and over, talking about kids have the same rights as adults. No, they don't. In the courts, they tell you women and children are different in the legal standpoint. But the pedophiles, they want women and children to be looked at as men in the legal sense. So this is that talk, and we seeing how they start sprinkling the seeds. Continue on, Judge Palmer. Let's cook his ass. Now I want to meet him face to face here in Atlanta, and I would like to do it on your show because I want to ask him, why are you so focused on kids having autonomy? What the fuck wrong with you? Let's go.
Actually, I want to say this for the God man from Decatur, man. Hey, I'm from Columbus, Georgia, man, and I'm in Kansas City right now. I'll let you know right now. You know, just like I know, back in the days, man, there was some form of discipline. You know, your mom and your dad used to teach you. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. So now we're seeing in 2021 that shit is completely out the window. That we're seeing now that a little girl can say whatever she wants to say, and she's not even registered to even join the fucking draft yet. So for that being said, number one, that whole conversation, yes, he had the right to record it. Number two, this Kenny Smith looking motherfucker is searching for clout. Clout is the biggest drug, and I think he's finna overdose on it. Also, I do believe he is trying to push an agenda. He's not only pushing an agenda, that I think he's also trying to push an agenda to get on big white nuts. Because that's what he's trying to do, get on big white nuts so he can get a platform. And you've seen this all the time. We've seen this with some of the most up-and-coming YouTubers or TikTokers or Instagrammers. They get a little platform. The white company may give them a little bit of extra cheese, and they'll keep on going on that little bullshit platform and just completely just destroy our community. Mr. Palmer, I'm glad you showing this video, man, because this guy is on complete 100% bullshit.
Yeah, I appreciate it, my bro. Let me finish playing this shit.
Freaking people. So let's break this down specifically because this is very important for every parent out there.
Hello. I don't want to talk. Dang, how you doing today? Good. I don't want to talk.
She answered.
You always tell me that. Because I don't like talking.
Because I don't want to talk.
I don't like talking to you. But you wanted to let me ask the question before you try to answer.
She asked the question.
How are you? You just said how are you? Oh my goodness, Demi, why are you so rude to your dad?
See, she answered the question.
But that doesn't give you a reason to be rude. You gotta honor your mother and your father, sweetheart.
She's not being rude.
Okay, I don't want to talk. I get that much, but you
don't
don't
want
have
to
to be
talk.
rude about it. I said I don't want to talk. I know that. I heard you the first 4 times, but you still need to stop being rude. That's the whole thing about it.
How is she being rude?
I'm telling you something and you're not listening. Because I'm the parent. You can't tell me nothing. That's the thing.
You can't tell me nothing?
You definitely can, but you can do that without being rude.
I have feelings.
The whole thing. That's the key. Okay. You don't be rude.
I have feelings. Man, fuck your feelings. Fuck you mean you got feelings? Fuck a feeling. Fuck a feeling. Now, one time did he say anything about her tone? And then he tried to say, well, he told him over and over she didn't want to talk. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to talk. The fuck out of here, man. That's some motherfucking bullshit.
Kiss my ass, you don't like it.
100%.
Mr. Palmer.
Yeah.
May I say something really quick?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so I went to go pick up my daughters about 2 weeks ago to go do laundry, and I told them exactly what time that I was going to be there.
Right.
We're sitting in the car, and we're just waiting for them, like 20 minutes. So finally, I go upstairs. They're not even ready. And then my oldest daughter was like, her tone. I was like, why is it that every time I come to pick you guys up, you're never ready? I gave you a whole hour. What is going on? And my oldest daughter, like the way she talked to me and rolled her eyes, the way she folded her arms at me, I said, you know what? And they needed laundry done. I said, enjoy. And I walked out. I just walked right out.
Wow. You can't make this shit up. And that's what I'm saying. The tone, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always got to be somebody talking loud. It's the tone. And that's a lot of nerve. But again, you got somebody that's raising these kids to be disrespectful to another parent. You know what I'm saying? And then when you check them or whoop their ass or spaz out, now all of a sudden you was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. That wasn't cool. That's not a way a parent should be. That's not right. She's a victim and everything else. You can't make this shit up.
And then the text messages that I get, especially for my youngest, you bitch. This is the text messages I get. Bitch, this, that, right? And then you know what she does? I don't talk to her. I don't answer her at all. Then a week later, she calls me up. Oh, I'm sorry. And then she gets into a whole conversation. And then she goes, oh, I was looking at these pair of jeans. I said, oh, yeah? Really? And I hang up the phone.
You should, next time she asks you about some jeans, anything, tell her Walmart is always hiring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I told my...
Walmart is always hiring. That's what I told
I told my oldest daughter. I said, McDonald's is hiring.
Hey, man, TJ Maxx, whatever it is, I ain't giving it to
you.
Fucking ass. Fuck you. Nah, fuck that shit. But we got a minute and a half. Let's get this out the way. 2 more minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay, but you don't
and she's like, okay, cool.
But you don't have to talk over me. So if you don't want to talk, then you're going to talk.
She's not talking over him.
Quiet and let me say what I got to say.
The bottom line is this. One thing I do on social media, in real life, professionally, I'm not a therapist, but I deal with parent trauma. I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but that is what we talk about in my coaching classes, and in most one-on-ones is always going to stem back to dumbass parents. Okay. What went on with your parents? My daddy did this. My mama did this. It's not about the man. It's not about no woman. Usually it has virtually everything to do with how you grew up and your relationship or your lack of relationship with your parents. Okay. For you, if you're having relationship issues, it's partly because how you were raised. And one last thing, if you're watching this and you can actually relate with this little girl because you was that little girl when you were a child, or you're a guy and you can relate with that little girl because your mom did you the same way, or your mom is doing you the same way now, and you're a grown-ass man and grown-ass woman, go to the link in my bio and set up a one-on-one with me. Because a lot of us to this day are dealing with a deficit of being unloved, being ignored, not listened to, not respected, treated like crap, traumatized. I want to do something that your parent probably has never done for you, which is something as simple as listen. So go to the link in my bio and schedule one-on-one if you think I can help.
Hello?
That's it. He was willing to call out his services. Now, what I want y'all to see, y'all heard this shit. What I want y'all to see, my bad, kicks out. What I want y'all to see is just a quick video that this brother FaZe put on my sent me a couple of years ago, about 2.5 years ago. Let me find it. His daughter was 3 years old back then, mind you. That was 7 years ago. And I posted on my Instagram page. Let me see. Okay. He did not film her personally. He just filmed her legs. You know, he did not film her face, but you're going to hear what she has to say and them talking. They was at the park or somewhere. And like I say, he sent this a couple of years ago and I posted on my Instagram. He had to remind me that was him. I didn't remember. I didn't know that was him. And for everybody that's sitting back talking about he did this and he didn't give her right to privacy and boundaries and all this shit. And no, he just a unfit father. He ain't a father. None of this shit. I want y'all to check this out. So real quick, it ain't nothing but 30 seconds, 26 seconds, and I'm gonna play it, and I want y'all to hear real clearly. So please pay attention as he talks to his daughter.
Here. Oh, the paper says I can go see Junior too.
You can? That'll be awesome. That's why Junior's coming to hang out with us today. But Lolly and Papa miss you. They want you to come over.
Make sure that my mom don't want me.
Why not?
Because she don't like me to be with your family.
She doesn't like what?
She don't like me to be with your family.
Now you heard what she said. Her mama said. She says, "My mama don't like for me to be with your family." Mind you, this her grandparents, her grandmother, her grandfather, and she said that mommy don't like me being with your family. I'm gonna play it again.
Here. Oh, the paper says I can go see Junior too.
You can? That'll be awesome. That's why Junior's coming to hang out with us today. But Lolly and Papa miss you. They want you to come over.
Make sure that my mom don't want me.
Why not?
Because she don't like me to be with your family.
She doesn't like what?
She don't like me to be with your family.
You can't make this shit up. Now everybody that's sitting back talking about some, the man that seals motherfuckers, talking about we need a backstory and how you know that it ain't him, and then you got these earthquake motherfuckers who talk about they baby mama terrorists, but when somebody else talk about a baby mama terrorist, now all of a sudden, it's on him and he did something and everything else. You can't make this shit up. She came out and said it. My mommy, they like to go see whoever the rest of the people is, but when it came to his family or the grandparents, mama don't like me to be over there with your family, even though that's her family too. But everybody sit back and say she had boundaries. She had the right to say what she wanted to say. freedom of speech. She's old enough to speak her mind. You know, who hurt you? Most likely it was the dad's fault. And all this shit. You can't make this shit up, but these the ones who come to these bitches' defense and try to justify the bullshit because we calling out saying this is some fuck shit, this ain't right. It's obvious that little girl is talking to somebody manipulating their head. So what y'all got to say about that, y'all, that's on the panel?
It's her mother. It's her mother. She's sick. I mean, I had a mother that was the same way. And I have and I had a lot of, anger with my father now, which I am working on because he's like in a similar marriage. And this woman is very abusive to him and she does all this crazy stuff. She didn't even want me around. I'm a grown adult. I'm 38 years old.
Damn.
And he puts up with a lot.
And she's abusing him.
Yeah, I've witnessed it.
So here's what I have to say. I got this thing that I've been working on a little bit, and I think this is going to all bring this all into a form of fruition. And what I've been calling this is the women's gumbo. And so basically what I was saying is when you make gumbo, the ingredients of making a gumbo can be a delicious meal, or some of the ingredients can make this shit taste disgusting. Well, here's the women's gumbo. You have a cup of the passing of the welfare system that was passed in the 60s by Lyndon B. Johnson. You got half a cup of the cultural shift between conservative values into liberal ideas. 2 cups of the feminist movement. 3 cups of the LGBT community influence on the woman. 3 cups of Governor Ronald Reagan signing the no-fault divorce laws in 1970. And 3 cups of the child support system crippling the financial and economic status of the black man and basically men in general. When you mix all this up, and plus a little bit of a dash of the cultural TV videos and stuff and say, I don't want no scrub, pay my bills, my automobiles, my telephone bills. You mix all that together, you get this situation right here. You get a girl that's 10, 11 years old, basically disrespecting her father, saying whatever the fuck she wants to say to him and make him seem like he's less than a man. And basically when she gets 18, she's probably going to go down the same fucking rabbit hole that her fucking mom went. So, guys, you gotta wake up, man. We can't stop. We gotta stop letting these women have all this fucking power. Because if they keep on having this fucking power, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, you're gonna get to the point where you might have a Russian roulette bullet in your head because you don't want to deal with this fucking thing. I'm done.
And this is why I don't have female friends, because they don't get certain shit. Like I've tried to have relationship with friends with girls because we know each other, but it's like there's like this weird thing that happens. It's like you could talk to them on the phone and then I'll say something like, oh, my husband's home, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're picking him over me. What? Or they call me up like asking me for money, and I go, you know what? I tell them, I say, I'm broke. And then they twist it like, oh yeah, her and her husband are broke. No, I'm going, I'm broke. Me. Because he works. So don't call me to ask me for money.
Facts on that. Now, let me ask you a question. You say you don't have any female friends. Now, has any of if you did have female friends in the past, probably, because it had to come to some form of idea to say, you know what, I don't want to deal with these chicks no more. In your past, have you seen any of your female friends show some form of doctoring their children to basically make their fathers look bad?
Yes, all the time. And this is a problem that I have, because it's just like even in my family, the women in my family, I speak to my sister about things that she does and her abusive nature. And she goes, yeah, I'm gonna work on it, and then she'll just go behind my back and say things about me. So it's like you can't even hold them accountable for anything, and if you do, then they just go on a rampage. They don't want to speak to you anymore, or they spread lies and gossip about you just to make you look stupid or crazy, or say, oh yeah, she's in an abusive relationship. Like, I had a woman, tell me that because I was closing my front window. I was like, oh, let me close the window. Like, my husband doesn't like it, because I realized that the window was open. I was mopping, and my husband doesn't like when the window's open and he's not home. And I was told, oh, that's abusive. That's controlling. No, it's not. No, it's not. If I'm by myself in the house, he doesn't want anybody looking in. I understand that. It's not because he's abusive.
So, and I thank you for saying that. And the only reason I want to say that because I want to give this to the chat and the audience that's basically listening to this. A woman, this woman has basically gave her testimony of how the system is not only affecting her, but even her own mother stabbed her in the back. This is why I say about the get the bag culture. Your own mother would stab you in the back to get ahead. And basically what I would say is those children are being victims, because not only they don't get the opportunity to show the real true nature of you as a mother is supposed to be, but also you have to deal with this crippling form of decay we call the family court system. It's not meant for anybody, man. So, hey, once again, people, man, we got to wake the fuck up, man, because it's about to affect women. Once it starts to affect women, then you're going to see some bills starting to pass to delete this shit.
Man,
this is even affect my mental health as well. That situation, there was times I got like so depressed when that was going on with the kids and my mom doing all that court stuff. I fell into a major depression because everybody that I spoke to be like, oh, go take care of your kids. You're a horrible mother. You're putting a man before your children. So like it does chip away at you and you feel like, am I doing this? Am I doing that? But thank God, like, I don't listen to them. I just don't talk to them anymore. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I just want them to leave me the fuck alone. Excuse my language, but that's how I feel.
I want to give a shout out to Supreme 10 for the $5 donation. He said, how does this get to say what he says? All in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Dudes sit in the corner somewhere. Shout out to Supreme number 10. You can't make this shit up. You really can't. You really can't. This shit is real out here, man. And like I said, the brother has been watching, you know what I'm saying? He was texting me. He sent me this. Like, man, I sent you before. And it's on my Instagram. I went back and looked. I was like, oh, sure is. So, and she was 3. Now she's 10. So imagine when she get 15. Hell, 13. Then when she get 18, 21, have a kid, get pregnant. It's going to start all over again. But everybody with the comments from Amanda Seals and all these other sellout bootlicks that's talking about it's something that he did. He's probably one of them, a deadbeat. And this is why I got another dislike, a 4th dislike, and that's fine, because I already know y'all ain't gonna like this, but my response is always, yes, shout out to Reverend X for that. So, let me ask y'all a question. Now that you heard his take, his life coaching thoughts, do y'all agree with anything he said?
Hell no.
No, absolutely not.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
He's a poison. He's a poison. See, he's the type of man that, like if my daughter would go on the internet, then now she has an idea. Oh, I have rights. Let me go on the internet and see what my rights are. Let me see what I can get away with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is what kids are doing. Kids are smart. They go right on the internet. My daughter knew at a very young age what emancipation from family was, because she wants to be independent.
Oh wow, feminism.
Wow.
And the books that they read too, like, I would get my daughter books, because growing up, I wasn't encouraged to read or anything like that. So I was like, I want them to get involved with reading books. They started reading books, and my youngest daughter now wants to collect crystals, tarot cards. And I'm like, what do you need all this for? Protection, like crystals, protection for what? Psychics for what? It's like a fantasy. It's a fantasy world.
That's more of mental manipulation when it comes down to that, because I'll say this, I know women that just completely collect crystals and stuff like that, and they were like, oh, this is energy, but when you really looked at it, and I looked personally into their personal household, it's a domino effect. They don't have any money, they got 2 or 3 kids, they may, and from 2 or 3 different guys, getting digged down, donkey fucked, and basically having welfare, basically helping them out with their needs. Now, I will say this: not only this dude is guilty, this dude should never look, guys. This dude's a scammer. This dude's a scammer. He's basically going to take y'all money, and he's going to probably, he doesn't show it, but he maybe have another channel on TikTok, Instagram, somewhere, flexing with your hard-earned money, listening to this bullshit that he's been trying to give to the people out here.
Hey, person, how dare you says, Mr. Palmer, do you think women are equal and the same? I need you to reiterate the question. When you say, do I think they're equal, do you mean, do I think it's equal like now? Or what do you mean when you say, do I think they're equal? I think if you talk about as far as my thoughts on, I think men and women should have, it should be equal parenting. It should be equal rights. But if you talking about marriage wise, yeah, God first, then the husband, then the wife, then the kids, and so on. If we come from that, a man should lead the household. I don't know if I'm asking your question. I just want to, you might be asking different aspects. So I'm just assuming. There's no big me's and little u's, but they are leads. And under God's law, the husband is the head of the house. The man is the lead. A woman is behind him. A woman is to be the backbone, the rib, supposed to be submissive. But as far as rights, though, a man and woman, it should be equal down the line when it comes to equal rights, equal opportunity, equal pay, but they got to do the equal work. You can't say you want equal rights and equal pay if you're not doing the same labor or the same work load. So I have a problem with that. I don't believe in feminism. I'm anti-feminism to the T, because the 3rd or 4th wave is the reason why shit is fucked up today. So wait a minute. She asked another question. If they are biological motivated by the same things and their way to view things and behave is equal, I don't really understand the question. Because somebody help me understand the question. I'm a dumb cottage grove.
Can I just speak on me? I'm just speaking on me. I don't view men and women as equal. I feel like the man is above the woman.
Facts.
Superior.
Well, if you talk,
like
about that aspect, then no, they're not equal. No, ain't no such thing.
The men are the superior.
That's what I wanted to understand. Yeah. Okay, if you talk from that aspect, then no, they're not the same. And a woman cannot do everything a man does.
That's very true. Yes.
So I mean, that's just the truth. Yeah, if you talking about from that, no, we're not the same.
Well, Mr. Palmer, but hold on. Mr. Palmer, society wants you to think that women not only are greater than men, but they can do exactly what men can do. This is what society's telling us now, because you even got this whole idea that I'm an independent woman. I can do things myself. I can do this. I can pay my own bills. I can take care of my own shit.
Well, that's society standards. That's why I say society is the same people that's telling you that the father don't need to be in the house. Them the same one that say daddy's only good to pay child support. These the ones that tell them that you don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? That's the same
Yeah.
society who go against the man.
And
But we're not good enough to be a father, but we're great enough to be a provider, which is take that money, get that cut, get that piece. That's why I say fuck child support, because it's not about the best interest of the kids, it's about the best interest of the government. And unfortunately, feminism take it and run with it as an advantage to them, but you setting your future, which is your kids, you setting them up for failure. You know, just like when these the feminism said it was okay for the alphabet to be convert over to any sexual gender they wanted to at any age. But look at now, you got the transgender that's going to the women's sports, they going to the women's schools, they taking all the shit for the women, and now they crying a river. No, you got what you wanted. You petty cake, you supported them, you saluted them, anything to make less masculinity. Now look what you got. Now they're taking all your scholarships, they taking all your careers. They doing wrestling, they in AEW and shit. They even taking track. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this shit up, but you caused this shit because society made it this way. They pulling the strings, and that's why we so segregated now. That as long as we fight against each other, we go against each other, we keep it segregated. Society, government daddy gonna always make their money. They're gonna always make the money. It's money, power, and they keep to stay in them seats. They don't believe in the majority of this shit they pull, but they allow it because that keeps them in office. It keeps them in power. It keeps them having the upper hand. Because as long as we ain't together, this is what you got. This is what you got. So now it becomes like, is a man, woman equal?
And the women, they fell for it.
Yeah, they did. And a lot of these simping forces fall for it because they raised by the same feminists that go along to get along with it. So there you go. There you go. So
right. I agree, Mr. Palmer. It's even difficult with some men too, because my husband is direct too. Like, he likes his things a certain way, and I keep it a certain way, like the remote or whatever, his pillows, or I do his laundry, and then women are like, he can't do it himself. What is he, a boy? No. Isn't that my role as a isn't that my role as a wife?
Well,
shouldn't I do that?
You know what? Most of them talk that shit either ain't married or they married to some simp sucker that let them run the house. There's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because a real woman is not gonna a real woman is not gonna say nothing like that. They're gonna say, "Oh, okay, that's what I had to do my husband's clothes too. I thought it was just me." Because everybody else complain about what I do. They say I'm wrong, I'm weak, or I'm a pick me and all this shit. Nah, you know your role. You know what I'm saying? And even You're So Cool said, laundry is a woman's chore. I don't see what the problem is. But you know, a lot of the problem is the old tradition. Like she said, Jay Sum said a tradition woman, not modern. Right. Traditional woman, they trying to weave out the traditional woman. They call you a weak, or they call you a sellout. You cold. You ain't one of us. You know.
And the thing is,
go ahead, Jelon. Yep, just go ahead.
And the thing is, by them, succumbing to these new modern day bullshit agendas, they self-sabotage their own lives, because now all their pain is self-inflicted because men don't want to deal with them no more. They don't want to chase relationships no more. They're not looking to be married like that because of the mentality of these females. And we can't tell them nothing. We're trying to get them out of that mindset, but they don't want to listen to it. They don't want to accept reality.
And that's why you got black men, over 53% of black men who are childless and unmarried, because they're not going through this bullshit called child support, alimony, divorce, and all this ridicule and bullshit. That's why. And motherfuckers actually gonna say, "Oh, you gay? You don't want to get married?" No, they not stupid. They not like me. So, like I said, they just mad because people start to see the light. They know what it is. They already know what's been going on for a long time, and they starting to see the light.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
See, that's what it is. And they don't like the fact that people speaking up, calling shit out like the way we do. When you hear a lot of black men or see a bunch of men talk shit about what these societies and these feminists and these baby mama terrorists do, you ain't heard that shit back in the day. They shut their mouth, tell you to shut your mouth, just deal with it. You know, you got to take your kids, pay the child support. It is what it is and all that shit. No, not no more. Not no more. We're not going. That shit dead. That shit is dead. But I want to give a shout out to Tracy Walker. She said, been watching your channel, and I really appreciate the openness and candor our brothers are expressing, no matter how painful it may be for some. Exactly. And that's why I say, you know, you can't handle the truth. A lot of people can't. You don't like me because I tell you what it is. And when I talk to these different type of individuals, these baby mama terrorists or these low life feminists, they sit back and tell me I'm a doctor. They tell me they're a teacher. They tell me they counseling shit. But when I talk to them, then they say, well, you just mad or your mama black and everything else. They never go against my talking points. That's why I laugh. I said, you got your degrees, but you sound like an idiot. You sound stupid. That's just a paper on the wall.
Stupid as hell.
You know?
Yeah, they I laugh. They're stupid. These are the same women that schedule sex with their husbands. They go up.
Yeah, I wish I would.
We could only have sex on Saturday night. Oh, don't touch me. Get off of me. Oh, I'm busy. They show no interest. But these are the same women that show no interest in their men at all.
Hey, well, shame on him.
All the educated women do, all they do is come up with a better way of articulating stupidity. I've never seen nobody serious about this.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why when y'all see me on here, I let a person talk and say what they gotta say. I don't just, hey, you dumb motherfucker and all this shit. No, I'm gonna let you talk. And then some people like, man, get them off, get off. No, y'all learn from this. You know, learn from the response and their thought process. Learn from this shit because you got to dissect this shit. This shit is real. This the people that we been around for all these years. These the ones that have been in our lives. These are family members. These are so-called friends we've been raised with and hung out together. You know what I mean? Now you can see who to watch out for. Now you know who your enemy is. Now you know, hey, let me cut this off because I already see what my future is with this motherfucker. And that's what it got to be. I don't know if I gave a shout out for the $10 donation, Tracy Walker, but just because I did, I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Tracy Walker for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, my sister. When y'all had y'all mothers, fathers, or grandmothers or grandfathers, when they came at your ass, they didn't give a fuck about you, what you thought in your response. What you had to do, suck it up and deal with it, walk away and keep doing what you got to do or do what you told. Your mama, your daddy, or your grandparents were not cool, calm, and collect. They told you what it was, and if you didn't like it, so be it. But it was the truth. It hurt, and they always say the old saying, "Truth hurts." You know what I mean? How dare you say, Mr. Palmer, is Kevin Samuel trying to bring back the traditional woman? Is that possible? And is that the future? To be honest with you, I don't watch Kevin Samuels like that to say if he's trying to bring back the traditional woman. And you want to say, is it possible? Me personally, I don't see it being possible until our future start learning the ways of being a traditional woman. As long as they raised by baby mama terrorists and simple forces, they will never know what it is to be a traditional woman or even know to have a actual alpha male or a male who leads. So, in my opinion, I don't see it, but as long as we got platforms like this going on, it's possible. But do I see it being in the future like it used to be traditional? Hell no. No, I don't. But I don't watch Kevin Samuels like that. I salute the brother. I like what he talk about. Some of the stuff he be talking, how he keep it real and he tell it like it is, just like I do. You know what I mean? You know, but he in his own lane and I'm in my own and I'm in my lane. You know, but yeah, definitely shout out to Kevin Samuels doing the Lord's work as well. Now, the people that do watch him, do y'all think he's trying to bring back the traditional woman? Because I don't watch him like that. A lot of y'all do watch him on a regular.
Yeah, I'll watch him.
I saw a few.
Okay, Jaylon, you watch him often. Do you think he's trying to bring back traditional woman?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to push. You know,
that's what he's trying to. Okay. How dare you? He one of the brother do watch him, and he says he is trying to bring back traditional woman. I don't think it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Until we I
watch him a lot.
What'd you say, LCD?
I said I watch him a lot.
Okay, what you think? Is he trying to get the modern woman back?
He's trying to get him back on track, but if you watch the show, he the traditional woman, they out there they get snatched up real quick. So
exactly.
the women that's left over, he's trying to tell them is like, hey, you want these kind of men? Well, men want something for their resources.
That's true.
And here's what you need to do to get them, and they just don't want to do it.
Oh, well, then they just want them baby mama terrorists and feminism that we gotta step away from. That's good. I'm glad. I'd rather hear a woman tell me, "Hey, I ain't finna do none of this. I'm not finna do none of that. That ain't where I come from." Good. So now I ain't gotta worry about even trying to have sex with you or be around you or even have a engagement with you. So you doing me a favor. I ain't gotta waste my time with you. I go on about my business and Mario brother up to the next motherfucker. So I had no problem with that. Tell me where you stand so I can either deal with it or walk on by like Isaac Hayes in this motherfucker. That's it.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Thunder up in the building. He say get them likes ups, and he also say like, share, subscribe, and he also say Mr. Palmer salute. Please subscribe to him, man. Like I said, this brother he got his degrees and masters. He's a professor at Ohio State University. Since everybody talk about black queens with education, he got it too. So y'all definitely need to follow him. He talks about society and our community on a different manner. He talk more elegant and he got the credential to show it. So y'all definitely subscribe to him. He in his own lane, just like Dr. T Hassan, and other people that's in the manosphere they got master's degrees and stuff like that. So y'all definitely need to salute, and y'all definitely need to follow this brother also. Shout out to Dr. Thunder up in the building. So yeah, go ahead, Jelon.
And the thing about the feminists is that they don't like masculine men because they're masculine in their dang selves, and they view masculinity in men as a threat to their freedom. So that's why they don't like masculine men. And the modern day woman, I don't care what nobody says, they're not women. They're females acting like men. They're different first. Yeah, they're not. They're females at best. They're chicks. They're not women. They lack femininity. They lack womanliness. They lack womanhood. Those are the key components to being a woman, and that's what they lack. And this is why a lot of these independent feminist women, they're single. They got their own money. They got all that stuff. But guess what? They're getting ready to self-destruct because they live in a life of singleness. They're on their own, and they realize how hard it is trying to be a man, trying to do everything on your own by yourself, and they have no man to ride off to the grave with them except for the simp.
Right, simping forces. I want to give a shout out to Quincy X for the $5 cash app. Salam alaikum, Maki. He says, by us being apart, they can text 2 instead of 1. Yeah, that's 100% fact. Shout out to Quincy X up in the building, and for the cash app. Yeah, you can't make this shit up though, man. But I just want y'all to realize that your enemy is right around the corner. Your enemy is the one that smile in your face. Your enemy is the one who tickle your chin when you side with them on different aspects. These the ones that say they can help you. These the ones that say they can cure you and get you right up to the right track. They're not going to tell you what it is. They're going to tell you what it might be. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to go along and get along because as long as they got the majority, and a lot of the ones who got these followers got a bunch of women, they're not going to go against the code. They're going to make you look stupid because they want that money, subscribers, followers, and shit like that because there's more money in their pocket. The collection plate. No different from these fake-ass preachers that never talk about shit related to our community. And they never will because that's going to go against their code and they're going to lose their people. Why you think they let the alphabets get married in their churches? Even though they say that's another sin. Because why they want to lose money? So all I want to do is just tell the truth, spread awareness, let you know this has been going on, and let you know we have to change the laws in our mind to make change. We got to definitely get ourselves in order. We got to fix ourselves. Y'all know what I say. We got to fix ourselves mentally, spiritually, physically, and just like grown man business say, financially. Shit is real.
And thank you for doing that because I was feeling for a long time like alone. You know what I mean? Like I don't talk to too many people. So these are things that I was like, that I knew about, that I was feeling, but just hearing that the men that are going through this, because my husband works with men all day, does construction, and they have there's a different way that he speaks to the men at work. Well, he doesn't care who they are. If they're working slow, he tells them, he's like, what are you doing? He speaks to them harsh. You fucking pussy. Like, this is what he does. He's not used to working in the workplace with women.
Mm-hmm.
So we had no idea that this was going on. And when I found, I'm not going to mention her name, but there was a woman's video that I saw and she was just downing black men. I was pissed.
Cynthia G.
Yes, when she had that guy, let me tell you something. As soon as my husband heard her voice, he was like, turn her the fuck off. Like, this is how, like, he's like that. Like, he's brutally honest, and he doesn't give a shit, and he's unbothered. But he does like the younger men that he works with, like the ones that they didn't have their dads growing up, he does give them advice. And he does toughen them up, but he doesn't talk to them in a soft way either. He'll go, man, what the fuck are you doing? What are you, a pussy? Pick that up. I'm older than you. Come on. And there's something that these men do that, they start working better, and he's noticing a difference.
And that's what it is. And that's why I tell women who not baby mama Ted, that didn't choose single motherism, I tell them, you have to change the laws of your mind. You can't worry about what the guy didn't do, what he ran off on, he abandoned, and all this stuff. You have to get yourself in order to help your daughter, because your pain and your hurt, your destruction, you're gonna put on that little girl. That's why that little girl talking shit to her dad, because she putting her pain from the baby mama Ted, putting pain, hurt, angry, bitter, and everything else to her. And in the future, she's gonna do the same thing, but hopefully not, as this father continue to fight. And the fact of the matter is, we have to get ourselves in order. But when it comes to women who, like I say, they single moms that didn't choose that route, you have to have a male figure around, especially your son. And like I tell you, I ain't talking about some dude you met off Tinder. I ain't talking about some dude you met around the corner for the hour at the gas station. I'm talking about like your father, your uncle, your brother, a coach. Have some male figures around that's gonna help raise his boy to be a man, because all he gonna mimic is you and what he see around you. So, and you don't want that. That's why you got a lot of these son husbands out here. That's why you got a lot of these weak emotional dudes beating women with skateboards, because she say, no, I don't want to date you. So that's what I'm saying. These future kids who are baby mama terrorists at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old and they're making, when they talk that jive to these young dudes, they're going to beat your ass. They're not going to walk away, because they are programmed to react. And they don't care if you're a girl or not. And they will beat you just like some other dude off the street. So this is to protect and also help everyone. You know what I'm saying? Jaylon, what's up? Was that you, Jaylon?
I don't like these simps that was me. I don't like these simps that be, simping for money or simping for clout and stuff like that. It just seemed like a lot of black men just switched up and they do anything for $1, including be a simp. Like, you look in the Hollywood industry, rappers turning gay just to get money. I don't like the direction we've turned. We do anything for money now.
Right,
including panders, women, clout and stuff.
No, that's what I say. I can't lose my integrity. I can't. That's my pet peeve. Is one thing is one of my number one, is my top 3 is integrity, man. I can't lose that. I cannot. Not me. Some people who don't care about losing their integrity, they'll sell out. They'll wear a dress. They'll denounce somebody who's a big key figure to our community. They'll do anything just to get whatever they're trying to get. I'm not willing to do that. I can't. I'll just be the same dumb nigga off College Grove that live on a couch and be a high value deadbeat that I am. That's me.
But you're your own man.
That I am on. Yeah.
That's what men need to do. Be your own man. You could be your own man and you lead that way. Yeah. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be rich. You could live in the hood. Just work hard for what you have to get. And I know that life isn't easy. Right. And women don't get that. It's like you don't want to work for anything. You just want to wait for a man who already has it because you want something out of it.
Right.
I can't be in a relationship like that.
No, not at all. A real woman is not going to respect you. A real woman not going to respect no man that let them control, run, and don't have no type of thinking ability. Because why she got to make all the decisions? She's not gonna respect you. She's gonna go with somebody else. She's just waiting on dude to come along and snatch her. You know what I mean? That's real, man. They don't respect. They might talk that shit, but
That was just gonna make a joke, for the black men with these childish women who are saying, "Oh, what have you built? What have you built? Build her a fucking snowman and kick it over. Look at that, I built it. Now I've kicked it over."
100%. Check this out. I'm gonna go on here. I gotta get back on the couch and do nothing and run for my child support. Jaylon, what you gotta say, brother, before I get off this bitch?
Yeah, I'm just befuddled at these dudes. These dudes are just they're sellouts. They sell out to the human race. They sell out to manhood, masculinity, manliness. They sell out to all of that, and this is why we have a lot of our daughters and young boys out here just out of control. Daughters don't respect men because they were raised not to. And why would you turn around and cape for something like that? Like, I don't stand these dudes are turning around here, siding with women against men, defending them, and they're not finna do the same thing for you. We always offended some female against men, not gonna do it for you. And that's all I had to say.
I appreciate you, my brother. Ringside with LCD from Cali, man. What you got to say, brother, before I get back on the couch?
Man, the video you play, it's just been playing in my head this whole time over and over again.
Oh,
man.
I bet it has.
I've just been thinking about it, and what struck me out was the guy, Mr. Let Go. I shouldn't even say his name. But he first of all he created this narrative, right? He tore down the dad's character. That's the first thing he did. He called him trash. You know what I'm saying? The second thing he did was he wanted to make the kid equal, right? Equal rights. That's the second thing he did. But then the third, what he didn't do was, okay, so if you give the kid equal rights, then you also have to hold her accountable for how she's talking to her dad. So, it doesn't make sense. It didn't make, everything he was saying made absolutely no sense if you thought about it, until he plugged his services at the end. So he created this victim narrative for this 10-year-old who should have equal rights, but her dad isn't oppressing her. You don't have no facts to support that. But you trash the dad, you make him look bad, you hold zero accountability for the little girl and her actions, but you don't say anything about the mom in the background coaching her up. And then you end it all with, if this has happened to you, look, here's my services. I'm not a professional this or that, but I do this. Come see me and I can help you. That's so bogus to me. And I'm so disappointed. That little girl's already ruined.
Yeah,
you could hear the contempt in her voice.
Yeah.
And it just left me disappointed and sad for this next generation, bro. And I'm done. Thank you for allowing me to speak on your platform.
Hey man, tomorrow we're gonna be talking. I'm gonna give LAR. I'm gonna hit them up and make sure we still going live about the San Francisco player. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow.
Okay.
It's sad, but thanks, brother. Just me. What you got to say? What's your end game here? What's your thoughts?
Just feel like women in general don't have a fear of men, like a respect that they should have. They just don't have it, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I'm sick of it too.
And just because because I remember, like I said in a previous stream, and it kind of like made the men upset. It was like my first time going up, and I said that there was something that I shared with my husband, and he cried. He didn't cry because he was because he was sad. He was crying because he wanted to destroy the person, and he couldn't. That's why he cried. Like sometimes women, when they see, like when they hear emotional, like a man being emotional, they think that that's the way it is. And just trying to think like a man, using all the psychology bullshit to prove points, like it's just too much.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I hope Mimi, you come on because you come on sometimes. You'll come in the comments and you just want to say hello. I hope you come on here on a regular, just like Tracy. I hope y'all come in on a regular, because all we doing is come out with good content, sometimes comical, have fun with it, sometimes serious, and sometimes, with stats.
Right.
And videos like this to show this what goes on and this is why things are the way they are. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your husband allowing you to tune in as well.
And my husband will also be supporting your channel as well.
I appreciate
We'll be able to do that soon. I'm gonna make sure that
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. You out there in New York, you definitely be safe out there. I mean, everywhere. Y'all be safe everywhere. But I'm just saying, because I don't know what the fuck going on. It's just shit going on, especially in Chicago. People getting killed left and right. A lot of carjackings, kids getting shot because they trying to kill the guy, and the woman getting shot up, and she's involved just as much as the guys out here shooting. You just can't make the shit up. But yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Finna get back on this couch.
Yeah, keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for bringing awareness and have a good day, everybody.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. I'm just saying. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I understand. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
All right, LCD. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow, but so far we're gonna be talking about old boy from San Francisco. So I know you can chime in on that.
Yeah.
So appreciate you as always.
All right, salute, brother.
Yes, sir. Be safe out there too, brother. Cali.
Everybody subscribe to Mr. Palmer, man. Get this knowledge while he cooking. Raise you up to be a man and get your mind right. Fuck child support.
Yeah, fuck child support to the motherfucking fullest. Shit. Yeah. But want to give a shout out to how dare you said I just subscribe. I appreciate it. Appreciate you to the fullest. But yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. You just can't make this shit up. All I want to do is put out content for y'all to see for yourself. This is what they think about you. Everybody's not gonna side with you. Child support ain't going nowhere. Baby mama terrorism is not going nowhere. These black feminists, these white feminists, these Al Keishas, these Al Quishas, these Al Senoritas, and these Al Karens ain't going nowhere. This is why we as men and even the women got to change the laws in our mind. We got to get our shit in order. We got to take accountability. We got to fix ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually, and also financially. And with that, then we'll definitely be able to make change within ourselves. We make change within ourselves. We don't have to worry about dealing with a baby mama terrorist. We ain't got to worry about dealing with some feminist ass Al Karens. We don't have to worry about dealing with some weak link card ass Quisha. We definitely don't have to deal with this system called government daddy, because we're going to learn to see how to weave around and not let them know our business. And we'll be able to choose and pick the type of woman that we want and we choose. We'll be able to let them know how we roll and what they up against. Because if you don't like it, get the fuck on. They got to earn our conversation. They got to earn our opinion. They got to earn just me to say, okay, you come by and visit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about, because these laws ain't going to change. And as I said, y'all, with y'all people, these same people that y'all support, wave your fists up to and all that, they don't give a fuck about you black men. They don't give a fuck about you men. They don't give a fuck about none of y'all. All they care about is getting theirs, getting some notoriety, get loud on TV screen, and call themselves a revolutionary and shit. So yeah, so I appreciate y'all dissecting this. And I learned something a little bit with yoga when it comes to that. I got to go back and I talked to him, send me the link, so I learned about this California. I knew these pedophiles was trying to change the laws, but I ain't know about these talking points. I am aware that they try to give kids more rights. So if they say, hey, I want to have sex at 12 and 11 and 6, then they can say, oh, well, we passed a law that they had a right to choose. See, that's what I'm saying. Once they start with that, they can have a right to choose to be a man or a woman, a girl or boy, and transform and stuff like that, 6, 7, 8 years old. Yeah, that gave the pedophiles an opportunity to get on in there and do the same shit. They're going to say, what's the difference? See, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, because in this nation and all across the world, ain't nothing but these rich ass pedophiles. And then you manipulate these kids to get the right. They can do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, and all that shit. But you make us the evildoers, the men, the fathers. It's a sick ass world we live in. Please, y'all, change the laws in your mind. If you want to be a high value man, if you want to be a high value woman, you want to be a high value deadbeat like me, you still got to change the laws in your mind, because you got to get yourself in order first and take accountability and make change within yourself and get yourself in order. Shout out to Charlene. You know, Charlene don't agree with everything, and you know, but she definitely understands what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. And shout out to you, So Cool. She said, yeah, California said people are no longer sex offenders as long as they are 10 years or older than a child. See what I mean? In California, people are no longer sex offenders as long as they're 10 years older than a child. So if I'm 20 years old, I give me a 10-year-old. I'll be goddamn. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. We got to talk about that another time with that. That shit need to be talked about. With Yoga brought out them talking points. We got to do a whole segment on that, because y'all need to recognize what this government daddy is trying to do in these different states, to definitely look out for them too. But then we say, well, I'm against kids becoming a woman or a man at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We evildoers, we anti and all this shit. But when it comes to pedophile, they kind of find a leeway, giving them leeways to do the fuck they want to do. I'll be goddamn. I'm glad I don't live in Cali. But then again, all these states are fucked up in their own special way. Well, Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. But before I say my 3 words, please continue to follow the page. Please like, please share. Please follow me on Instagram, FCK Child Support. Please continue to support and spread awareness, because that video with the brother, it went viral. Other videos gonna go viral, because I'm not gonna stop talking about the shit. So I definitely appreciate y'all. Love y'all and y'all support. I gotta get back on the couch. So y'all know what I'm about to say. Fuck child support. Peace. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's talk about it. Y'all know I always check let me see how the likes and shit is. Then I get off. Got 187 likes. I had 4 dislikes, but somebody took the dislike back. So it's down to 3 dislikes. That's what's up. Sometimes I get a dislike and then they take it away. Sometimes because I say I appreciate dislike, it's better to have none at all, then they'll take it away. And then sometimes they be like, oh, okay, I see what you're talking about now. Let me take it back. Either way, it's all good. Shout out to you. So yeah. And fuck the opposition.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Peace. Yeah.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Bitch, fuck all y'all.
Damn. Kiss my ass, you don't like it.